Greetings, we are returning to Critical Role KB3. Hey, episode 23. This will be part 2. And most of which will be recorded and all of it will stuff on a Friday the 13th. Lord, protect this program and me. Before, we're running out of time, so I'll make it short. I do not own, nor am associated with Critical Role, it's YouTube or Twitch channels or any other online presence. I'm just a fan. And with that, let's get into tonight's episode of Critical. Where the hell am I gonna put this thing where the answer don't get it?
And welcome back. So, as you all have now gathered here on the deck of the sky ship, the Silver Sun, you continue the first leg of your journey to the southeast to the Hellcatch Valley. First off, I guess, is there anything you want to do in these early moments of your journey? No? Okay.
Just look and marvel.
There you go.
The first minutes you're saying of takeoff?
Well, saying if there's anything you needed to do in that time, but if not, we'll move on through the journey.
Taking the view.
So taking the journey and following the map as you go, looking down, you can see that the jungle itself continues to wind through the serpentine peaks. You can follow glimmers of the rivers that push through, and the canopy is still thick enough to the point where you can barely make out the signs of civilization in the small cities, now very distant, and some of which you've passed over before. There's Vichy, there's the small little point of Troll Ferry that you avoided on your journey northward. And then as the day progresses and the sun pushes its way through the sky, you can also see what's referred to as the Rift. So the Rift is where the greenery stops. And for the number of you that have traveled through the Hellcatch Valley before, which would be both Laudna and Imogen when you were accompanying a caravan heading north to the Odiran Wilds, and for F.C.G. and Ashton when you were both traveling from Bassaras. The Hellcatch Valley itself is the central region of Marquette, and it is a region that was heavily impacted by the calamity many centuries ago, where the green lush jungles of the Odiran Wilds come to an end. There is about a 300-foot drop where the land itself just fell about 300 feet, and now what was once a very lush valley has itself been left a pockmarked, dusty battlements of grays and browns and cracked topsoil that can't really retain water, with all manner of ravines that carve through as large pillars and tall hills and mesas and plateaus kind of rise up from the rock from ancient seismic activity, or as portions of mountain ranges have just eroded and fallen from the multitudes of sinkholes and collapsing underground tunnels that sometimes unexpectedly just collapse. And sometimes unexpectedly fill back up.
What? No, dude.
Oh boy.
Sounds like
Let's go first. That about.
Now this rift is where the shelf of the valley initially fell from the calamity. And you can see, as you kind of coast further into the day, begin approaching the later hours, maybe a couple hours before the sunset itself, you can make out the edge of where the green stops and the rest of the valley between the mountains progresses. And there you can see, along the ridge, kind of to the northern side of it, a city that you've passed beyond before, making a beeline northward, maybe stopped briefly in your first journey outward, known as Gujar Sarai, or also known as the Green City, and is known as the Jewel of the Basur Republic. The Basur Republic is one governing force that is central to the city that believes it has jurisdiction over the entire Hellcatch Valley. I say believes because the denizens of the valley proper disagree. The denizens of the Hellcatch Valley are a roving cluster of various contested factions of what are referred to as crawler gangs. Now the term, and you learn and ask questions of the captain as you go along this journey and the other members of the ship, and some of you know this information intrinsically, and you share this with the rest of the group. Now the crawler gangs, or crawlers, is a term it's used as a blanket term for both these factions and these faction members who live outside of a centralized law. There is no centralized law. Any local law is held by whoever is currently in power in that place. And any sort of contested portions usually lead to some sort of
battle,
violent climax, or a tense agreement to go their own separate ways. But the members of these crawler gangs themselves often ride the crawlers themselves, which are constructs of various sizes that they use as vehicles to race across these dust-encrusted plains, leaving tracks behind them that can be seen from miles away, if they want to be seen. And often they want to. Yeah, there's very much of Mad Max 5 in places here in the valley.
What material they're made from?
You haven't seen one, so you don't know.
Oh, okay.
But you do know that a lot of these crawler gangs are scavengers, and will find whatever ore materials are outside of the trade protected jurisdictions and utilize whatever's necessary to be cobbled and added to or used to repair the crawler should they undergo any sort of damage or unfortunate circumstance. So, as you begin to push over the site of the beautiful last bastion of green society before delving into the valley itself proper, the sun begins to slowly set, and the night comes before you. For this first day of travel, I would like somebody to roll a d20.
I'll do it.
I'll do it. Get over here. Sure. What could happen?
An 11.
An 11, okay.
Seems normal.
I love the random table rolls. So fun.
It's a beautiful view, and the weather has been very good, actually, for this first leg of the journey. There's been barely any issues or turbulence or buffeting of the skyship. The meals being presented by Denalia are delicious, if simple. A lot of them kind of a combination of like fried flatbread or, I know it really does, to like simple tomato-based soups with chickpeas and other things that travel well for distances, other different types of weather and temperature. As the night slowly creeps in, it does get colder on board, and eventually you find yourselves having to find things to bundle up. Some of the cloaks that you had purchased on the way out, or any other means of keeping warm if you want to stay above deck to keep an eye out. But it is a beautiful night. With broken clouds dotting the horizon here and there. For the most part, you can glance up and see just an incredible array of stars. Thick in some places, thin in others. This far away from the light pollution of Dressar or the darkening canopy of the jungles you traveled beneath, here it is a vibrant view of the starscapes that surround Exandria and beyond. You can see slowly the white glow of Catha rising up in the distance, and on the opposite side you can see maybe a quarter into the sky the looming, ruddy, familiar moon of Ruidus. But the night and day is uneventful, and if you wish to, you can go ahead and rest for your first night. If there's anything else you want to do for the day, we will continue forward.
I'm just a pile of wood chips and working feverishly.
I'm just going to stay up for a little bit extra and not do anything special. I'm just going to stare over the side and, stare at Ruidus. Being higher, I feel closer to it.
Okay.
I'm gonna just stare down at the ground and take in the shit wastes and just keep an eye out for anything moving down there.
Okay. The ship descends slightly as the temperature drops, and you get the sense that as the night goes on, the temperature becomes an issue for people who are manning the ship as well. So it kind of tries to sit in that pocket where it's high enough where it's not in, danger of crashing or impacting anything, but also isn't so high that it freezes everyone on board. And it finds that gentle pocket, and the captain kind of keeps it in that space. Eventually, you watch as the captain trades off with their first mate, Khalil, so they can go ahead and get rest for the night. And you get the sense in that first day of travel that there is kind of a shift turn to prevent the ship ever moving on its own accord without being manned by somebody at the helm, just in case. Glancing down, make a perception check.
Perception, that's right, I have that on my list somewhere. That's 18. That's a
18.
weird die.
As Katha climbs higher in the sky, the moon does cast a kind of a blanket white light across the dusty landscape as you just begin to reach where below you the rift itself, the shelf, falls. And you can see now the numerous thousands of lights that kind of glimmer and glitter from the city of Jar Sarai. And you can see the line of lights that trail out to the main roads through the jungle. And eventually, as you pass over the rift itself, looking back, you can see the trail of lights that heads up the switchback roads that climb up the rift cliff walls. And it's odd, because at this height, and this lighting, the texture and detail of the valley seems to blend. And at certain points, you have to kind of adjust yourself because the perspective begins to grow fuzzy. Oddly beautiful, oddly lonely, but nonetheless, calm.
You hear in your head. You're from the valley, right?
I'm gonna walk over. Just further southeast. It's complicated, but yeah, I'm more or less from Osiris.
What made you leave?
Oh, you'll know when we get there. It's not a good place for people.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a good place for anything. You go there, honestly, the only reason I could think of anyone going there is if they are running away. No one runs there, they run away from somewhere else. I feel bad, you'll have to see it.
I'm interested.
Yeah, you're gonna hear some shitty thoughts.
Well,
Yeah.
everywhere's got shitty thoughts. So.
How's it up here?
Peaceful. Peaceful. I mean, Chet is pretty loud, but outside of that. Yeah.
I mean, I could think real hard about the last time I knocked somebody unconscious and like that fight at the. Actually, I'm gonna think a lot about that fight at the ball, real hard. Does that help? Is that? Oh, that hurt.
Yep, I'm
There you
seeing
go.
it. I'm seeing it.
Yeah, a little bit of that migraine
Yeah.
right there.
Thank you.
Yeah, oh, you know.
I don't know whether to. I don't know if I should thank you, but thank you.
Oh no, pain is better when it's shared. Like accents. You, not to tell you what to do with your time, but that fucking moon ain't going anywhere. You should probably get some sleep.
Yeah, well, so should you.
Yeah.
I think the city's gonna be there when we get there.
Fuck. Yeah. Oh, I apologize for anything you might see tonight.
I'm looking forward to it.
Let's head down.
You're scarier than I am, you know that, right? Yeah, it's time for sleep.
Okay. You all eventually get back to your chambers and get a night's rest. Waking up the next morning, the warm day greets you. And glancing down, you can see through the night you've traveled beyond the rift quite a bit. You can look behind and just barely make out the cliff shelf itself. A little bit to the north, you can see signs of a small city that's tucked into part of the mountain range of the Agrad Mountains to the north. And the captain points out, that there is King's Fall. It's another city. We're not going there. Do not worry about it. So here's the thing. The weather here can be very... a lot. There's... there's high winds, dust storms. It's generally considered not a great place to take a skyship directly through. So usually the trade route's circumvented. Like we go around it. That's why there's not the skyport in Basras. Because, it's really bad to bring a ship there. But we're doing it. So just be at the ready. If things go real bad, hold on.
Should we be down below for this, or do you want us up here just in case something goes wrong, or?
I ain't gonna tell you what to do.
How often do skyships
Crash.
Yes, that's the word for it.
Burn.
Not too much. It's expensive. And, we generally, a lot of them go on routes specifically to avoid dangerous weather patterns. We normally do too. But you have friends in high places who pay my monthly income, so here we are.
I'm sensing a bit of frustration with all of this, Sandus. I really hope we didn't put you in any imposition.
Not yet. Just, look, it's a little nerve-wracking coming through this place, but I'm also very good at my job, and I just don't want to feel responsible for a bunch of people I just met, like dying because of mistakes, or falling off the side and going splat or anything. So I'm just doing my best to, stay focused and just follow my lead. If you got any questions about why we do the things we do, I might answer them. Oh, you should also know, for skyships, there isn't a skyport, right? So we can't really anchor in a skyport. That makes it situational when it comes to landing places. Can't really leave it in the air, because the wind will blow and just whee, gunship. Also, don't want to leave it too close to the ground overnight, near places where crawlers might come and, take it or burn it down. So I'm gonna probably just have to drop you off at the city and then go find a safer place to moor the ship, and you're gonna have to summon me to come pick you up. It'll take about a day or so, depending on where I find. You got any means of letting me know?
Yeah.
We do, yeah.
Right, you did the creepy brain thing. All right, good. I like that. You need help after we drop you off. Let me know. Give me a little bit of lead time. It'll all be just perfect.
You hear in your head, does that mean I have your permission to talk to you when necessary?
You hear loudly as they return with their voice, you have permission when it's absolutely necessary.
Yeah. Grabs like a...
You can see the chills on the exposed skin. But yeah, so we might be taking it up at times, taking it down at times. If we have to bring it down in case of bad weather, just once again, hold on. We don't have a lot of hands on deck, so if I ask you to help out, just do your best. We've shown you some of the basics. Yeah, that's it. And they turn around and go back up to man the front.
Wait, so just a question. Usually, you circumvent around this particular route that we're taking?
That is correct, yes.
But we're not doing that now?
No.
Oh, have you ever done this before?
Not directly, no.
Oh, interesting. So why are we doing it? Just to hurry up and get there?
I was told that there was an immediate rush for time, and it's much safer than going by foot. I mean, if you wanted to go ahead and follow a caravan and take a few weeks to get there, maybe you wanted to go by yourselves and I don't know, get robbed on the highway or something, get put up on pikes, or put as a warning for other people. Totally up to you. You could I don't know, burrow underground. You got big claws. You could just dig your way. Take a few months. You have options at your disposal. So, if you're gonna go there, you don't have to take this skyship. But I was notified by my boss that you wanted to go soon because you're chasing a person.
This is true. This is true.
So we
go
want
to get there very quickly.
Do you know who we're chasing?
I have no idea. I don't want to know because plausible deniability is what I do.
You're right.
Less deniability.
That city that we passed, you said it was King's Fall? That's a dramatic name. Do you know why they call it that?
Do a lot of kings fall there, like trip and on their face?
I don't know.
hanging.
I've not been there. I just know what it's called. I'm not like a huge history buff. I'm sorry. I once again, I generally go straight from Drusar to like
Right.
Ankarel, or from Drusar up to like Vesselheim, or like over to like Whitestone recently to drop off a dead body. That was kind of freaky. Don't normally do that. But
Sorry, sorry.
That wasn't really us. I don't know why you're apologizing.
On behalf of us, I guess.
I cannot place your accent. Where are you from?
where am I from?
Yes.
From all over.
Oh, okay.
But earlier from Isilra.
Okay.
Do I know why it's called King's Fall?
Roll a history check.
I can't remember. Where's the silver?
It is.
8. Nah.
Hey, no. All you do know is that the Order of the Red Raja bases itself out of there,
Okay.
which is like a faction you've heard of. That is another one of the competing factions here in the valley.
Yeah, another group of assholes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not a good place to be.
Nothing here is a good place to be.
Just check.
Got it. Oh, right.
Didn't know why they called it that.
Good.
Well, let's have somebody go ahead and roll another d20 and see how this next day of travel
Hold on,
goes.
I'm going to toss something in.
Okay,
So
okay.
after all that morning conversation, Orem, before it gets too late in the day, will wander to the jumps off.
Oh.
Wanders to the prow of the ship, and the feel of the wind up here is very familiar
It's down
to
with
him.
that heat.
So he's going to go up to the prow of the ship and take out a rope, because he's not a fool, and tie one end around his ankle, and tie another end to a secure point on the edge of the ship. And then he's going to start to practice the Zephiratam and start to move from slow to fast and fast to slow with his blade out, moving through his forms, leaping up onto what I assume there's a rail of the ship, so people don't
There
go
is,
off,
yeah.
Cool.
and is just stepping, and freezing in place. And then stops and sees the sun rising in the sky and feels the wind push him and uses gust to counteract like he's been trained to do and hold his balance and looking at the sun. Morning, Dad. And then just continue on step, for like half hour.
Okay.
What? Who?
As you're doing so, you finish your form and step off, and you see a tall, thin Goliath who currently has like a heavy broom with like a leather strap on it, kind of just watching, kind of leaning on it.
Morning.
Morning, that's pretty cool what you did.
Oh, thanks. Do you dabble?
No, that's pretty cool. I haven't really.
What's your name?
Gordy,
Gordy.
what's your name?
Orem.
Orem.
Pleasure.
That's really fucking dangerous.
Well, I have ways to mitigate.
Well,
And
that's what makes it really cool. Like, when I was a kid, I used to do really dangerous stuff like that all the time.
I did
I got in
too.
trouble for it, like, all the time.
I never got caught.
I did. That's why I don't do it anymore. I kind of get caught.
Well, I did
This
rope
is a
myself to the
Goliath?
side of the ship, so just in case he's
I didn't see that. It makes it a little less cool, but you know,
didn't need it though, did I?
we're gonna do it again next time.
Probably.
Okay.
I trip every once in a while, every 200 times.
Well, if you ever get a wild hair and want to do without the rope, let me know. I want to come see that. That's cool.
Okay, bring your broom.
All right.
Catches up with the others.
Gordy just like sweeps off. Like, and you can see now as the weather of the day picks up too, the wind starts kicking up a little bit, and the ship does kind of like list a little bit at times, like gently, and you can see there's like layers of dust starting to like kind of crash in at times, and Gordy just kind of like sweeping off in chunks, just getting it off the edge of the ship. It seems almost like a trivial task that never quite ends, but he's just busying himself along the journey. But yeah, there's the days where somebody wants to
I will roll.
roll a d20.
5.
5. Roll a d6 for me.
Oh, something happened.
Gelladon is back.
1. White dragon.
1.
I don't care what you're playing, I'll kill you.
Find you.
Okay. So about like middle of the afternoon or so, the day's gone by without issue. The clouds have kind of gathered a little bit now at times, and you can see it's not like a super cloudy day or a gray sky, but the clouds are thicker now as the weather kind of shifts a bit. And I'll say, honestly, probably you, Orem, with the most ridiculous passive perception ever.
Size Vexes.
Yet.
Yeah.
Is that observant feat?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Makes it absurd. You kind of glance out, and like in one of the nearby clouds, I'm talking to you. In one of the nearby clouds off to the side, there's it's like a shadow or something. You think maybe like it's a denser cloud or like a bird or something. There's like a little shadow in that cloud.
Gordy,
Yeah, what's up?
is that common?
No, is it a bird?
I'm asking you, man.
Captain, there's a thing on the side. I saw a thing on the side.
Captain. I don't like it. Anyone got a good idea what that is?
Can I make it?
Make a perception
Stare intently, yeah.
That's right. We have a looking glass.
Do we?
Hold on. Not too great. That is a 16.
16. You kind of eye it for a bit, and there's a brief break in the clouds slightly where just the dark shadow seems to solidify, and it just looks like thin, almost like an eel or some sort of a longer, like thin thing, just kind of like moves from one cloud to the next.
Snake in the cloud, Gordy. Snake in the cloud?
Snake in the cloud!
Do they have lungs?
Wait, what's going on?
What the hell know anything about snakes in the clouds? Would we have heard anything?
I got
Not
2
in
minutes.
particular.
Snakes out of these clouds.
It's at this point you kind of glance off to the side, and on the opposite side of the ship, you can see another shape. But this one's not quite in a cloud. This one's kind of just out in the open, and you see it gliding. At first, it looks. Let's see, like a long, thin shape, but you watch as it kind of turns, and as it does, it's wide. It's thin and wide, like a skybound manta ray, but it has a dull brown sand coloration, almost like something that if it was seen against the surface of the Hellcatch below would almost blend. Cool. But as it turns, you can see there are rows of long spines across its back, and a lengthy tail that comes to a jagged point at the end, and it kind of, and then dips below the side of the ship out of sight.
If you can't be safe in the sky, where can you be safe? Heads up!
The captain shouts out, "Oh goodness, look, we got Skirath hunters, everyone to the front, we got Skirath hunters!" And the ship suddenly the ship begins to go into a slight dive, and all of you kind of watch as the various bits of boxes and crates that are currently on the deck and off the sides kind of like slide forward a little bit before it like adjusts again. As the ship begins to dive, you all feel your stomach rise for a second, and then you catch yourself and hold on, and as it begins to pick up again, you can see one of them, the one that was ducking below, is now coming around towards the front where it is, and it is moving fast. Like, this ship is moving fast, and not only was it keeping pace with it, but it's almost outpacing it when it wants to. And the one that vanished into the cloud before, you can now see it's coming right towards you all. I need you to roll initiative.
We're doing this! On a ship? We haven't seen the ship
And I
in
thought
years.
it'd be Travis.
It's been what since like Vox
Okay.
Machina?
No, wait.
A sky
Travis
ship?
should be
Ship is coming
the
out.
first
Ship's coming
thumbnail.
Is that true?
I ship it! Oh my god.
Oh my god.
He's going to get a ship.
Oh my god, guys. D&D Beyond is ready for this.
Guys, ship's about to hit the fan. Let's go.
Oh, come on.
Oh boy.
I know, I rolled like shit.
Like ship.
Finally,
I rolled
we'll
like
get
shit.
initiative, which is worthless because I'm
Did you make the wings?
No, no. These were put together by Howard Andrews at Mini Lead,
Thank you,
who
Howard.
was also the same fantastic person that made the Squall Eater from last
Look
game.
at the broomstone.
Tiny planks
they're
are actual
little individual
planks.
planks?
No, they're not.
Those are coffee stirrers, if I recall.
They're coffee stirrers?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Taking days.
What the fuck?
So,
That is
Wow.
beautiful.
Oh my god, and it lights
where
up.
Broomstone.
are you?
Days even. Or
Yeah.
we'll be way up at the front where he was. I can't reach that far. Practicing his up there outside.
I got you.
Oh no!
Yeah, you're doing the Leo at the front,
Right,
right?
which would be up.
Yeah, you can put me right at the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gordy would be up there with you.
I had just come from
you
my
wanna be
quarters because
No,
I
I'll be up
heard
there.
some
I'm roped.
yelling.
Yeah,
So
baby.
you'd be down from below there.
I'll mirror Ashton.
Okay.
Same.
Laudna,
I'm gonna be on the what's the second deck?
Poop deck.
no,
Is that the poop deck is up top? I'm gonna be on the.
Second is the quarter.
Yeah.
I'm on the
I'll
quarter
show you more
deck.
of
Gotta see it
this.
from the front.
Just want to do.
Over by the
It's really
side,
cool,
yeah.
man. It's really
right
cool.
there.
There's the captain. First mate.
Fuck.
F.C.G.
So don't get confused.
I'd probably be up just around the captain again. Yeah.
Okay,
Just
over
sort
here.
of observing.
Okay, put it right there. And then Chetney.
I'm up on the
Oh,
poop
God.
deck to keep
That's
eyes on
an
everyone, but
excellent
also so
thumbnail
nobody can
there.
see my creations.
Okay. Now, for the ease of viewing this, if we want to, we can actually remove these.
Oh, yes.
Is that some magnets?
Can we get a round of applause for such a second? Absolutely gorgeous.
Oh no!
Oh, we'll have those.
Yeah.
You can go inside of it.
Technically, yeah. This picks up. Howard did a great
Yeah,
job.
cool.
Thank you, Howard.
The talent.
Alrighty. Well, to that point, you roll initiative for them. Okay.
Mac, can you put me in that back corner? I'd want to be back. Yeah.
You know, this
Back
is
here?
Yes, sir.
so close to
This
what I
is
was
my
envisioning
fight.
based on what you said. I mean, like,
Yeah, this is
this
real.
is.
Well,
So cool.
25 to 20.
25.
All right.
All right.
Damn. Coming out.
Okay. 20 to 15.
20.
Alrighty.
Shit. Not much.
All right.
No, I'm sorry. I had 18. I apologize.
That's okay. What's your dexterity?
My dexterity is 2. Plus 2.
Gotcha.
Get this
All
stuff.
right.
Shit.
There's two of them.
15 to 10.
14.
11.
11.
Oh, really?
Rollies.
Rollies it off.
5.
16.
All right.
Okay, okay.
Okay. 10 to 5.
7.
All right.
Imogen.
4.
Okay.
Gone to sleep earlier.
Say for this.
Yeah, right. I told you.
Should have had a breakfast. Gonna get our asses kicked.
Are there
Wow.
folks mounted on these things, or they're just creatures?
They're just creatures.
Skirroth hunters are creatures.
Oh, whoa, look at their weirdo faces.
Yeah, these are the these are my proxy minis for them, but the best I could find that kind of fits the shape of them.
Creepy.
All right, so beginning as they are both kind of darting forward towards the
I'm
ship.
assuming these
Orin,
are
you're up
original
first.
creatures.
Oh, well, I can't
So,
reach them.
I'm gonna just, I'm
I'm
going
going
to probability.
to step on the railing and block Gordy from this one. So I'll be nope, other side.
And I'm going to go ahead and
Yep.
get a piece of here.
And I'm just gonna, at this point, hold my action and protect Gordy.
You got it. Are you holding your action until something comes within range?
That's correct.
Okay. That finishes your turn. It is their turn. Since y'all rolled decent to low, and they actually rolled pretty high. This one here, actually, this is going to be important. This one
Those fucking
is going to go ahead and it's going to go ahead and dart down towards you, Fern.
Hello.
Speed of 90 feet. It is able to do so.
Speed.
Oh God.
It like
9-0.
yes.
go wherever it wants. There's Jack.
Not to mention, the ship is moving this way and they're moving this way, so it actually technically, depending on the direction, can move more or less. But it darts down, and as it does, it like curls its wings in, and all the spines extrude and then fire out in a radius around. I need Ashton, Laudna, and Fern to all roll Dexterity saving throws from you, please.
Jeez, Louise.
Okay.
Excuse you. Come on.
Okay.
Come on. Quit fucking around. All right?
Did you roll?
Get it out of the way.
What did you roll?
No more of that.
7 total.
Okay. 14 points of piercing damage.
Damn!
14 points.
16.
You take 7 points of piercing damage.
21.
7 points of piercing damage.
Wow. Not a joke.
Also, Tarana also takes 7 points of piercing damage. And she is nearby. Okay. And finishing that go, it's also going to follow up with a slam attack.
Oh.
Which I should have done first. Well, it's figuring out as it goes. This one's going to be against you, Ashton.
It's learning.
16 to hit.
AC is 16.
It just hits you. You go ahead and take 17 points of bludgeoning damage as the spines shoot out of it. It like does a flip in the air and comes back and just slams its body into you from the side. Not terribly damaging, but enough to almost knock you off your feet. You catch yourself on the ground, and then it's going to go ahead and lift up. Since it actually has a little more movement because it was moving against the ship, it's going to move 15 feet up into the air.
Do we get?
Which means the three of you can get attacks of opportunity on it if you'd like.
We can get attacks of opportunity.
If you'd like to.
Yes, I would absolutely. Oh, wait. Can I do that with a spell?
No, you'd have to be a warcaster.
Yeah, I don't have Warcaster.
So you can hit it.
I cannot hit it.
You can.
Give it a
cannot
10.
hit
I don't know
it.
what its AC is.
I-
That's 28 to hit.
That definitely hits.
You'll
All right.
hit
It
it.
would get 0.
That's not also.
My
I know
strength
that
is
I'm not
negative.
raging, so this is my not raging damage.
Exactly.
My strength is -3.
That's cool.
I would break
15
my
points of
knuckles.
damage.
I'd break my
15
hand.
points of damage to it. You got it. As it winds up where you just hit it in the middle of the air and it has to arc around and catch itself.
I think this is.
Fern, do you want to take an attack of opportunity or not?
Yes, of course.
Yes, of course.
Absolutely.
I want to put it in my pocket.
Okay, I rolled. Wait, what am I adding for attack of opportunity? Why am I?
What are you
trying to
hitting
brain
with
fart?
physical attack.
Physical attack.
It's got to be
so
physical
weapon,
attack. So
yeah.
let me get my. Okay, so that would be 18.
18 just hits.
Okay. So.
High.
It's gonna be quick.
He's high.
They are dexterous and maneuverable. With a little bit of natural armor on them.
And eels, you said, right? Winged eels?
More like, they look more like large manta rays with an extremely long tail.
Like a rake.
With spines across the back, like 3 rows of spines on the top and bottom.
Okay. I rolled a d4. I rolled a 1, but it also says -1.
Well, did you roll? Yeah. So whatever you roll, you rolled a 1 and you got a -1. You did 0 damage.
Did you punch it?
I used my moon sickle.
The sickle's got to have more than 1 damage.
When you just touched it, it showed up on all of our D&D Beyond
Yes,
screens
yeah,
as
yeah.
3 points of damage.
There you go.
Is what it
Well,
said.
no,
on
I
it.
was.
Oh, now it's at 1.
3.
I was pressing it to see if it, but I pressed the wrong thing to
Gotcha.
get more info. Yeah, I didn't do anything.
We'll say minimum of 1 damage. So you strike because you did hit it. All right, so after a heavy slam, you can just streak and it kind of like nicks part of the base of the tail before it whoosh, and is now gliding above. This one here is going to
Oh, God.
kind of rocket full speed towards you. Yeah.
Have mercy.
This will is a swooping charge if it hits. That is going to be another 16 to hit.
Oh, yeah. That hits.
Okay. You take.
Oh, God.
This is going to be bad.
Silvery barbs.
What's that mean?
It's a new thing I've got.
Did you just shout it out?
You just say it?
Silvery barb!
It's a reaction that I can do. Where I can magic. It happens if a creature I see within 60 feet succeeds on an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. I distract the creature and spooky shadows, and they have to re-roll the d20 and must use the lower roll.
Oh.
Okay. That'll bring it to a 12.
Yo,
Not my girl.
Did you just large marge that thing?
God damn! So is it
as it,
through the air?
yeah, and it sees as it's trying to go for Imogen, shadows kind of between the planks of the woods that look like they're almost like splintering through for a second.
And like it has to kind of avoid itself, and it thinks it's going to impact towards you. And as the shadow kind of darts up in front of it, it kind of darts off to the side and ends up slamming instead to the side of the ship. The ship kind of like it impacts, doesn't do any damage to it, but you watch it just kind of like has to right itself.
And then I choose a different creature that I can see within range, which I believe I can look up and see. Where's Chetney?
I'm up in the back corner.
Jenny, you do not have eyes on, unfortunately.
You're farming.
Can I see Ashton?
Ashton's
right next to me. I take a little bit of that shadow magic, and it wraps around a little bit around your head and around your hammer. And you have an advantage on your next attack roll ability check or saving throw.
Whoa, this is a cool ability.
Cool.
Tis new.
All right. So it missed its swooping charge slam attack. However, it is going to, where it's standing, it's going to go ahead and do a tail spear attack on you because you were right in front of it and it's frustrated that it missed. So that's going to be a natural 1. Hey! Its tail, you watch as its tail almost like rears back like a whip. And as it does, you can see the spine of the end of it, this long kind of barbed blade that's kind of emerging a good like 2 feet from the tip of the prehensile portion of it. It has almost like a dark oily sheen on it, and as it pulls back and whips, it strikes from underneath right towards you, and you just barely duck out of the way as it sticks into the wood, and it has to like withdraw. It's now you see it being like dragged a bit by the ship before it pulls itself free. That sucked for them. All right, that finishes their go. Chetney, you're up with Ashton on deck.
Oh shit! Oh fuck!
Fucking awesome.
Can I run over to the giant ballistic cannon thing that's back here?
Yeah, you can.
Can I tell if that bitch swivels 360 or if it just points the direction?
It does. I mean, I have it taped down here, but you could say like, yeah, it goes ahead and swivels here.
Is it loaded, or do I need to load a harpoon and?
You would need to load into it, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to.
It takes an action to load.
And an
action to fire.
I'll try and. Fuck it, I'm jacked, homie. I'm gonna load a harpoon into that.
Okay, so you go ahead and reach over and take the large, like heavy iron bolt and pull it into there. With the strength 16, yeah, you're fine. And you go ahead and load it in there, and then kind of get behind it. And now that's your movement and your action. It'll take another action to fire it next turn, but you have it loaded and ready to go.
Amazing.
All right, finishing Chetney's go. Ashton, you're up with Fern on deck.
First off, I'm going to fucking range.
There you go.
You are.
What am I getting?
Oh, is that the blue station?
This is gonna be weird.
He says every time.
I got space, which might actually turn out to be really helpful.
I will say before you go, since it can and it will try, because it's the end of its turn, it will try and fly up again to try and stay out of range. Up here, that leaves you with the ability to make a reaction attack if you'd like to.
Hit it.
Oh, can I use my dagger on it?
Yeah.
Or I just, okay.
With a question mark expression. Pointy end.
Okay. I roll to attack.
Do it.
Oh, 21.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yes.
Oh, dagger damage.
So quickly.
Whoa, 6 points.
Whoa!
Points of damage as you quickly
How good!
and just arc outward and cut into its like kind of portion of its softer underbelly where you can see when it's like close up in front of you. It has like a harder, like large scale kind of sand colored armor on the outside, and then right where it kind of dissipates where the prehensile part of the tail is, you can see a slight opening. You just arc up over the blade and carve it, causing this kind of like a dark blue blood just kind of across the wood in front of you.
Oh, take it easy, headhunter. Leave some for the rest of us.
Awesome. That brings us back to Ashton.
Oh
What you doing?
shit, this is gonna be fun.
Blue blood.
Where am I?
Rage.
I would like to rage.
Okay.
Are you gonna lick the blade?
Both of them are about 15 feet in the air, just so you know.
Good luck for them. Okay.
Oh, yes.
The one I hit the first time.
Yeah?
So the crystal in my head starts to like almost become transparent, but all the way through my head. Like it's a little bit of like a bad Photoshop effect, including the hammer gets a little weird that way, where there's like almost a lens in the center.
I know what's going on.
Yeah, you do. I'm gonna kind of just charge up and a portal is going to open in front of me.
What?
And I'm going to stick my hammer, and I'm going to just toss my hammer straight down into it, and a small portal above that asshole is just going to come down.
Shut the fuck up.
That is so cool.
Okay,
roll an occasional portal gun.
Yes.
What?
That's a. Let's actually go to my. That's a lot to hit. That's
What's the range on this?
60 feet.
60 feet. Yeah. You can,
So, I took it. That's 20 to hit.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
That is so cool.
And that rolls a chaos burst too. So that's one of those out. And let me. Fuck! I lost the fucking thing again. That's the only problem. Where does that live? Fundamental force. Yeah. Sorry.
He's got that great juice.
This is rage science.
And that's an additional 1d10.
Got that gray liquid.
Sorry. So that's
gray.
7, 15. That's 16 points of force damage.
16 points. I mean, the additional force damage on top of it, it's all bludgeoning and then force. Yeah,
and then one force damage.
Got it. So yeah, as you like slam the hammer down and like you basically shove it into a folded space, the portal beneath you, and then it slams overhead before being withdrawn back out. And both portals close as fast as they did. The creature has to kind of like right itself for a second from the impact.
Rolling right back up for an uppercut.
Okay.
Is your hand going through a portal too?
Yep. Another portal opens in front of you in an upward swing, and both of your arms and the hammer just kind of vanish into it.
What?
So the cake is
Where do we find this class? This is class.
Yes, let's go.
Thank God. 17?
17? Just misses.
Shit.
It goes wide. It's learning your tricks.
Yep,
The second
pet
portal
features at
opens,
level
and
6.
now that you're this close, you can see there is like no real sign of a face on it. It's almost just like a blank of flesh in front. There's no like eyes or any discerning characteristic. And then you watch as right in front of it, where the portal opens up, the slit kind of opens up, and there's this pure black orb of an eye that seems to notice, and then it pulls back, and the hammer just misses it by about a foot.
All right, I'm going to use my movement to get some cover.
Okay, where are you going?
Probably just in and around the corner inside.
Inside? Okay.
Just behind, just so I can get to them, just behind everybody who's out. It's like on the left side. On the
okay.
starboard,
A little finicky for me to get there, but we'll keep that in mind. Okay, that finish your turn?
Yep.
Fern, you're up. F.C.G. on deck.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to summon Mister.
Okay. Where do you want him to go?
Bonus action, just right next to me.
All right.
Okay, here's a question.
Yes.
If I put him on the other side of something, would that be considered flanking? I know it probably wouldn't work in this situation because he's flying.
If it's a melee flanking circumstance, he is technically a creature. Possibly. I'll think on this.
Okay.
Circumstantially, I'll think on it.
Yeah. Okay, for later. Okay, so I am going to cast.
I'd say just for the circumstances, probably not, because he's not a continuously harrying creature. He's
Sure.
more of like a waiting for your command to do it. So
Okay.
flanking is more about two creatures that are always at the ready. So
That makes sense. I am going to cast Speak with Animals.
okay.
I'm going to say, oh, okay, just hang on for 2 seconds. What do you want so we can just speed up this process because we have somewhere to be? What do you need? What do you need?
As you're shouting outward, you see like the one dark orb kind of glaring out of this opening, this like heavy, kind of faint yellow brown blubber fold that's opened up to show the eye, and it almost like opens up in like a weird twist, like a, and it makes no sound, it makes no response. You get the sense quickly this is not considered a beast.
Okay.
Monstruously aberration, I'm guessing.
There's many other
Interesting.
creature archetypes.
Okay. And then I am going to walk towards the other harpoon.
Over here?
Yes, I'm gonna get like kind of behind him. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. That's
Mr. gonna stay put?
I'm gonna keep him there.
Okay, you got it. So Mr. remains there. Finishing Ferns go. F.C.G, you're up.
It's not a creature?
It's a creature.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
okay.
not
It's just not a beast.
Oh, it's not a beast. Okay, that,
So like wolves, cats.
cool.
Yeah,
cool,
this,
cool,
you,
cool.
you now know this is not an animal.
Got it. I will wheel on over towards Imogen.
Would you?
Okay.
I don't like these birds. And I'll get right under that one.
Right here? Okay.
Yeah, 15 feet above me, right?
Yep.
And the other one's probably 15 feet in front of me.
The other one's about 10 feet from you that way.
Even better. And I will at level 3. I'll cast blindness on both of them.
Oh, damn. Okay. Okay.
And I'll do it by like I'll say that my lenses sort of find the light and sort of like reflect it up into their eyes, trying to like blind them with sunlight reflection like a watch.
Intense.
That is fantastic.
God.
And
Oh, that's what
But
the
they
thing
have to
was.
make us
I
a
couldn't see what
Constitution
his
14
thing-
save.
it
Not
was-
very good
That's
save.
what-
And
Indeed.
they're probably very constituty.
So for the one up top, it's right above you. That's a 13. That's a failure.
Got one.
So this one is now considered blind. And the other one, that is going to be a 15. So that one succeeds. But that one is blind.
All right. They can't see us, or maybe they can. I don't know.
Oh, God.
We will find out soon enough.
Find out.
Indeed.
Do I have any bonus actions? Oh yeah, I do. I'll cast spiritual weapon.
Technically, you can only cast one
Oh, you're
spell
right.
time.
You're right. You're right. I won't do anything then.
That's okay. Are you staying put?
Yeah. I guess as my, yeah, I'll attach my bolt thrower attachment as the
Okay.
rest of my action.
You got it. All right, that finishes FCG's turn. This is now the ship's go.
Oh.
The captain is going to go ahead and shift things this way.
Oh God.
I'm going to move, turn. Both of these get moved back slightly this way, which I'll say for the sake of height.
Yeah.
graphics.
That holds up
Right
great.
about there.
Whoa.
And then this one here will shift back just, we'll say it's a little higher than that one there. With that,
But it is higher than that.
Gordy's going to move and load that one. And Tirana is going to, watching you, Fern, as you get up behind it. Tirana, the young dwarf girl, is going to go, is going to go ahead and grab and use her action to go ahead and load the ballista that you're behind.
Oh my god. Okay, amazing.
The first mate is going to duck underneath the stairs and
Not a fighter.
Man, you said the lower one is actually higher than what we're seeing now?
yeah, I would say, for the sake of just keeping this a little more above board, precariously place it there.
Okay.
All right, that finishes the ship's go. Laudna, you're up with Imogen on deck.
I think you might have jumped me.
You're the top.
You're at the
You were
very
the
top.
very first one. You went right away.
Didn't you already go? Oh, that was a reaction you did. It was so
Correct.
cool for a reaction. Sorry.
It's all good. Good looking out.
I'm going to rush out and kind of go up towards the foot of the stairs a little bit so I can have view on both of them. Again, I'll cast Bane on both of them.
What's the save on that?
16.
16?
Sandwich.
How does that
Every time. I love it. Constitution or dexterity?
spell on your turn?
Gotta be in the mud.
How does that work?
It's
Do it in your hand.
Can't be, right?
The silver yards.
At the start of your turn, you get your reaction back and does not count.
So it doesn't cast
Comes
your
right
spell
there.
cost?
And actually, reaction spells don't count against your spell
don't?
per turn because it's not part of your turn. It's a reaction.
It costs, it's a first.
Is it wisdom,
first level
con?
spell.
Is Bane Constitution?
Charisma.
Charisma. Oh, right. Nope. Nope.
This is why it's my favorite spell.
Damn.
Not a lot of charismatic.
Less than Bane.
Yeah.
Both Bane.
I will quicken.
Bane. Minus 1d4 to all their attack rolls.
And saving throws. And saving throws.
Yes.
I'm going to quicken that spell to make that a bonus action so that I
would.
can, or this next one is to do Eldritch Blast.
There you go. Bust it out. Roll some attacks.
All right, I'm gonna do 1, 2, each of them taking that shadow energy from below deck, and then like using it like a javelin to both of them. Javelin. Yes, both of those hit with an 18 and a 20.
Both hits. Yeah, roll damage to each.
Crack a pow.
Jesus fucking
Actually,
why?
this is valid. Reroll for not reroll, but roll disadvantage both those attacks.
Oh.
Why?
You'll find out here in a second.
Because they're poop
so
heads.
just roll them both again.
16 and a 3.
16 total in the first, or you rolled a 16?
I rolled a 16.
All right, so one of them hits, one of them misses.
What?
Uh-oh.
So,
There's more to that story.
you watch as you throw both out. One of them, the Eldritch Blast looks like it's about to impact and then just kind of deflects away, almost like there's a barrier of wind around it. They have an ability called Aerodynamic, where ranged attacks against them have disadvantage because as they rush around, they carve through the wind and create like a wind barrier around them that makes ranged
Spell
attacks.
Sniper, does that have anything to do with?
It's not cover technically; it's a deflection.
I thought I'd try.
A good try.
Is one of them blind?
One of the top one is blind.
Okay.
Which means technically you would have advantage against the top one if it's blind.
Oh, really?
Which means it would just be a straight.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you know what? I'll say they both hit then, because you would have missed one there. So they both hit. A little bit of weird math there, but we got
I know. I don't know which one's which now.
Gotta recognize their abilities,
okay.
man.
Yep.
3 damage to the lower one.
Alrighty.
And no, what did I just say?
You said 3 damage.
Sorry, 10 damage.
That's a little different.
7 plus 3.
Yeah,
I'm an
sure.
idiot.
That's okay.
And then the same thing,
Same thing.
another 10 damage.
Got it. You watch as the Eldritch Blast pushes and pierces through that little wind barrier that it's gathered as it's kind of gliding through the sky and impacts it. It kind of rears back and begins to loop around to catch itself. The one that's blind, you just slam it in the back and it takes a second to even kind of ground itself. You can see that dark sphere that's currently open is wildly trying to glance around and it's just sort of trying to listen and feel for the environment around it.
Nice. Crazy.
All right, finish your turn?
Yes.
All right, finishing line, let's go. Imogen, you're up with Orm on deck.
Okay. I'm gonna turn around and face them.
All
I'm
right.
gonna put both my hands to the side of my head. And I'm gonna whisper.
Brain stuff.
Brain stuff.
I was just excited for brain
But
stuff.
like, I'm just gonna whisper. Fuck, I don't know what I'm gonna whisper.
Brain stuff.
Brain stuff. Brain stuff.
Brain stuff.
And I'm gonna twin spell this.
Twin spell.
At third level.
Twin spell.
And I'm casting Dissonant Whispers at both.
Ooh,
So that's a wisdom save.
All right.
Boy, these things are beset.
Natural 20 on the top one. Down below.
Did he? Oh, there's no way.
Natural 1. Got both sides of the
Yes.
spectrum on that one.
Okay.
What's your save out of curiosity again?
My save is 15, so even with a D4,
Okay,
you
even
wouldn't
with a
get.
D4 it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
wouldn't get.
unfortunately. But the other one.
Remember the
So
D4.
that is.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the D4.
Okay.
The D4 for bait.
Yeah, so would have put it at
Failed
17.
save. It takes. On a successful save, it takes half as much damage.
Okay, so go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, so that is 5d6.
What dark tongues is this brain stuff?
Brain stuff.
Don't understand common.
That is okay. Well, whatever. 13 on the one that didn't save. I rolled really shit,
Got it.
and like 6 on the one that did.
Okay.
But
The one that
the
didn't
one that
save.
did not save, it has to use its speed to move as far away from me as possible.
Dude.
Okay, okay.
That's huge.
That's very far.
You got it. Okay, that finishes your go.
Which one did you do that to? The one that's high or low?
I don't know which one didn't save. Whichever one didn't save is
Which
the
one
one.
The
That
bottom one
side.
didn't save.
Oh, the bottom one did not save. This one did.
Well, that's the end of the fight. One's blind and one's flying away.
There you go. All right, that brings us to Orem. Orem, you're up.
Orm, without even looking back, just sort of twirls his blade in his hand and
Oh, it
uses.
must immediately use its reaction to
Blub,
move
blub.
as far away from you as possible. And it does have a reaction, so that would put it at 90 feet.
90 feet.
Yeah.
So this guy.
And then it has to move use its action and movement as well, if I recall when it hits its turn.
No,
Oh,
it just it immediately uses its reaction to move away. So I'll put it here. As it just like darts away from the ship. Okay. That finishes
back to what we were doing there, or
Well, I have no idea if this will work now because of range, but I'm going to do it anyway.
sorry.
So, no, it's fine. That's what happens. So, Orem doesn't even look backward, but just uses his attack to slash the rope, cuts it, and then runs bip, 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 along the railing.
What? No.
I hate
Yeah.
it.
Slaps the Goliath on the shoulder and says, "Teamwork makes the dream work." And then I leap down and whip around the harpoon gun and aim at the one. I don't know if it's close enough or not, and fire at that because it's
blind
primed
one?
already. Yeah, because the Goliath loaded it.
Yes. So you go ahead and fire that one.
No idea if it's close enough.
You go ahead and roll an attack roll for me.
Okay.
Let me bring up the rules for the ship here.
I don't know. I would add. I rolled a 14.
Roll a 14.
Yeah.
Add 6 to it.
20.
This is 20. That hits.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll 3d10. Sorry, 6d10 points of damage.
6d10.
What? 60 10s.
Okay, I'm gonna roll 2 of them 3 times.
Come on,
So I got 15,
600 points of damage.
20, 21, 24, 30 total.
30 points of damage is that one.
Perfectly average.
You fire and you watch as it just vanishes. And from the top perspective, Imogen, the air above you just as the ballista misses you by like
by your head.
3 feet,
Yeah.
and you feel the impact of the wind
I
just
just
cutting
slowly
around
turn
you.
back to Orem like,
Well, you see Orem do it like you hear it. Did I hit it? And he does a pull up and goes, I hit it!
You look- As it impacts, it sticks through and almost goes completely through. It pierces out the back, but there's a little bit still stuck in it. And as it kind of like falls about 10 feet and catches itself, these are hardy creatures, but that is a heavy hit, and you can see now it's like that dark blue blood is dripping out from the wound.
Was that just a bolt? Was it attached to a cord or anything?
It's a harpoon on a chain or no?
These are just standard bolts. There is a chained harpoon, but you have to actively utilize that if you want.
I love airships.
All right, does that finish your turn, Orem?
Yes, sir.
All right, it is now their turn.
Oh no.
This one uses turn to move away. It's now going to move here. It does not get a slam attack.
So it can come
We'll
back.
see if it.
Pop some pimples.
but at least it didn't get
It-
to like stay up or close.
It does
the
get
way.
its body spine's ability again. As it swarms forward, it's going to release the body spines a second time. I need Laudna
Release the body
and
spine.
It's like herbal
Mr. Actually, no, Mr's just out of range. And I'll have Tirana to make a dexterity saving throw.
It's better. 16.
Yeah, she succeeds. Okay.
Oh, is that with the D4?
Good job, Lautna.
That's they're making a saving throw.
Okay.
It's not- but good looking at it.
I thought you were rolling a thing.
No, it's good. It's good. All right.
Oh right, it's not wrong.
Oh, whoa! Okay. So you succeed. You both succeed, which is good. So that brings you down to 11 points of piercing damage.
Holy moly. That would have been 22
Tirana
points
is
of-
really hurt.
How you doing, Dagro?
Tirana's really hurt. Like Tirana's like, ah! Like after loading up for you, Fern, you watch as the spines shoot out and one like goes through her shoulder and actually sticks to the bottom of the ballista, and she's now like pinned, like and is trying to pull herself free from the base of it. And then after that is going to go ahead and do a tail spear attack against you, Laudna, since you're the only one kind of within range of that.
Gotta get you to cover it next time.
Minus
Shield on
D4 to the
this.
attack.
That's what I can do shield on.
They descended on her.
It is.
There's nothing she can do.
With minus the D4, that brings it to 17.
Shield.
Ah, there you go.
That will clear it.
The tail comes right towards you, and as you put your hands up, a little bit of that kind of inky liquid just lifts itself from under your fingernails and forms this shield of shadow that deflects the tail as it splinters off and withdraws back in. This one,
Oh boy.
this one here, trying to figure out where things are, is going to try and start back to where it was, but slams into the deck. It doesn't quite know where the ship is, hits it and kind of glides and spins around. It's going to go ahead and do its own body spine attack. So I need both F.C.G. and Imogen, as well as the captain, to make dexterity saving throws for me.
Dexterity.
Captain succeeds.
12.
12. You take 14 points piercing damage.
Okay.
5.
14 points piercing damage. Captain takes 7. Kind of like behind the wheel and is like trying to hold it and getting ready to kind of turn more on its turn. And then it's going to go ahead and follow that up with a tail attack. We'll say at you, F.C.G, since you're the one right behind it, but it has disadvantage on it, plus the Bane on it because it can't see anything.
Real bad.
Nah.
I didn't want to say it out loud.
That's that the tail like whips around and you're like getting ready for like, oh god, and she goes shh, and shoots out in the middle of the air at nothing before retracting and kind of sticking beneath the bottom of it. That's going to finish their turn. Chetney, you're up with Ash on deck.
From Lawn to Sea,
Ashen.
it looks like I can still see the big pigeon on the quarterdeck.
Yes, you can.
I'll take a harpoon shot at that son of a bitch.
Roll a d20. You have advantage against it because it is blind.
Oh, amazing. I just roll a d20 and add nothing, right?
Add 6.
14, dirty 20.
That hits. Go ahead and roll 6d10 damage.
6d10.
Well, this one, that's the one who took the first harpoon.
Yeah.
There is in 5 minutes.
I like some rough
19.
Yeah.
29 points of damage.
Woof. A secondary harpoon shoots through its body. This one actually passes clean through it and into the floor right on the opposite side, right next to Gordy, who's like, "Ah! Wow, that was so cool!" The thing is just like dripping with blue goo. They do get to try and save against blind and
Do not get to save against Bane.
Yeah, Bane they just keep, but blind they
At
can't.
the end of each of its turn, it can make a Constitution saving throw.
Indeed. That's an 18.
Does it
Minus
give you
saves.
minus 4?
Ooh.
16.
Still works.
Okay. But good looking out.
After the harpoon goes, can I draw my chisel and I'll run it across my forearm using my crimson right, and I'll use my movement to. Can I jump onto the giant blue stone and try and slide down one of the angled sides so I can get down to the quarterdeck with everybody else?
You can certainly try.
Yeah, I'll try.
Go ahead and make an acrobatics check for me.
It's gonna burn my ass.
Or you'll bounce off it like a magnet.
5!
So you like drag the chisel, leap, and you land, but you didn't quite go far enough to reach the other side, so you land and slide backwards. Landing onto a barrel, cracking your head and falling prone.
Any damage?
That's smart.
Actually, no, you fell quite a bit, so I would say you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, son of a bitch.
I should have saved the 20 from the Prison Emporium.
It's valid.
You don't know that.
Is that your turn?
That's it.
All right, Ashton, you're up with Fern on deck.
All right, I'm running back out now that I took my second to breathe.
Okay. Shit, this is...
Yeah, I know, it's terrible. I can get him.
Oh my god.
They're right.
There's a weird feeling they're like immune to light damage. I don't know if they are, but
There
it
we
seems
go.
like they would be.
Just get Ashton. Put you too far in.
Yeah, you did too far. I was just around the door.
Fly in the air.
Yeah.
It's not
In theory, are any of them? How long would it take me to get up there to that one that's up top?
What's your movement?
40 feet.
And
30 feet.
40. You'd get about...
I couldn't get close enough to hit the damn thing, though.
Probably not, unfortunately, because you moved back into hide. And that gives you just enough to get up top.
And
You're 10 feet from it.
And that thing's not close enough to hit.
You don't know. It's got a long tail.
If I were eyeballing it when I came out, I was just going to go with whichever one I actually thought I could, actually hit.
Right. Well, I mean, you can hit this one if you get up on the railing.
Fuck no. Okay.
Live a little.
Yeah, I can't quite get close enough to this one. If that's as far, I'll stay about right here then.
Okay.
I'll just, because if it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. And I'm keeping an eye. Actually, I'm gonna go a little closer and just get next to Laudna, just in case shit goes weird.
You've got it.
Yeah, right behind.
Help!
Yeah, or right next to, actually. Yeah, right behind's good. And then the one that's up there, fucking around up there with those people, I'm just going to open a portal, look through it, and knock them right through.
Got it. Go ahead and roll an attack.
And I will make this reckless. Which is very good, because otherwise it would have been a 1. 20!
20 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
That's, There we are.
As a note, the one that's been shot twice, the ballista, starting to look rough.
Okay.
The blood is visible. It's looking like it's seen some wear and tear from, 2 massive ballistas shot into it. One that's still stuck. One that went
14 points of damage.
14 points of damage. Alrighty. Gets slammed again and kind of hits the edge of the deck before kind of righting itself. Pulling around the eyes, now looking around, you can see the dark shadow that was enveloping it kind of dissipates and the eye kind of closes.
I'm just gonna, that's my turn.
Okay, that finishes Ashton's go. Fern, you're up with F.C.G on deck.
Okay, we'll get to you in a minute, Tirana. Very sorry, just stay here. I'm gonna, with my hoof, I'm gonna
Is Tirana down?
get the base of the harpoon and kick it so I can grab it with my hands.
Okay, you hold it.
And I'm gonna take a shot at the big boys on the side of the boat.
Right there?
Yes.
All right, go ahead and roll d20, add 6. These ballista are not affected by its aerodynamic ability.
Natural 19.
That's gonna hit. Go ahead and roll 6d10 points of piercing damage. Yeah, these ballista have so much power that the aerodynamic ability that it has, it just cuts right through the wind. No disadvantage on these.
Okay, so 9.
Can you misfire on a ballista shot?
So basically, it only affects hand,
Yeah?
7.
Who knows?
Oh my god. Just rolling one at a time.
I'm sorry, I think I only have one.
So it's okay.
5.
It's okay, it's forward math.
Absolutely done this before.
That's all good.
All time.
Okay, let's do some math here.
11, 18, 20, 31.
31 points of damage.
31
Pretty
points of
average.
damage.
Math is bland.
Well, that's to that one there. Sorry, I put that in wrong.
That's the highest one.
Yep.
Yeah.
29, 30, 31.
Alrighty. As you're pretty close to this point, it kind of turns around and you can see it's like weird eyes kind of open up with the dark orb, and you release, and it tries to pull up, and the spear just sticks into its torso as it tries to fly up to avoid it. Immediately it folds, and they're not making any sound. It's just weird, odd, silent combat from it, as it pierces all the way through and is now stuck. Like a good 2 feet on each side, just sticking out.
Oh, I want one. So now Mister is going to take a flame shot poop.
You got it. Go ahead and roll an attack.
Flame shot.
Oh God, where's all my stuff? Let's go into it. Ooh, the anticipation.
Busy trying to crank one out.
Yeah.
It's stubborn.
Eat some fruit. God damn it.
What's that? 18.
18 just hits.
Okay. So we need. Oh, that is so stupid. Okay, I rolled 2 1s.
Oh.
2.
2 damage?
2 damage.
Did you get any bonuses for
It was a teeny poop.
He just turtled it out.
He didn't have enough to eat today. He hasn't had his coffee.
Does it add your proficiency bonus to damage?
Say again?
Does that add proficiency bonus to damage?
God, sorry.
That's okay.
Go, Robin Williams. Started for 2. Yeah, morning coffee. Wow.
Yep, yes. What is his proficiency bonus?
Yours is which is 3, so it'd be 5.
Jeez Louise.
I think,
Okay,
right?
5. Sorry.
So 5 points of fire damage to it.
Well, is that plus 2?
Right, but that's
So
5
7.
total.
Okay.
No,
Wait.
5 total because your proficiency.
You rolled 2 damage, and then its proficiency bonus is 3, so it's 5.
I understand.
I got you, girl. I got you.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why I'm questioning. Like I know better.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
no. I actually know the rules. So
We're learning together. It's all part of the fun. All right. Does that finish your turn?
Yes.
You're gonna stay put. Okay.
yes, I'm gonna stay put.
F.C.G, you're up.
I will move away from. I will move down the stairs away from this creature.
Okay.
Does it get an attack on me?
It does. Its tail is gonna lash out towards you for 22 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. As you like your wheel, you start coasting down the stairs, and you all watch as F.C.G is now coming out to join both Laudna and Ashton before the tail pierces you from behind.
You know what? Let's try it again. Silvery barbs. It's a new turn. New turn.
You have used shield last time.
You did. That was your.
You haven't gotten
But
back
who's
to
at
you.
the top of the round now?
It doesn't matter rounds until it comes back to your next turn. But good looking out. That's the reactions. You gotta be careful how you use it. But you saved yourself. You, however,
selfish.
You take 9 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy. Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
Have we done that yet?
Ooh, terrible.
No, I don't think so.
8.
8. You take an additional 16 points of poison damage. And you are poisoned.
Can F.C.G.
I am resistant to poison, so that's only 8 points of poison damage. But I can be poisoned.
Yes, you're just resistant against
I'm resistant to it. All right.
Yeah, well, I'm going to
stumble
do
down the
too.
stairs. Which one of those guys is looking
Even
rough?
in the story,
this guy's looking real rough. This
And
guy's
he was
looking rough.
originally
I'll turn
an
around and
organic life
fire a
form.
bolt with my bolt thrower
Still
at it.
Go for it. You have disadvantage in this attack.
His body would
It's
still
a ranged
be
attack, and it has like a wind
a.
protective field
It
on
doesn't
it.
have something on it, Bane or something? I don't know.
Bane lowers its attacks, yeah.
Shut up. All right, well then 6.
6. You reel it back in.
Was I able to get? Oh shit. Cure wounds is an action. Okay, then I'll use bonus action. Healing word. On
Okay.
Laudna.
All right.
Laudna.
Go ahead and roll that.
Yes, please.
Nice.
What's that? It's a 1 and a. Nope, that's cocked. Come on. 3. So 4 plus 3, 7 points.
That good?
I will take it. Not bad.
Okay.
Half-seas now.
Alrighty. So finish your turn.
That's it.
Okay. End of your turn. Captain Xandas shouts, "All right, everyone, hold on!"
Oh boy.
And spins the wheel hard. The ship kind of arcs this way and slams into this one.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Moving this out of the way here.
Slams into it.
Slams into it. Wham!
Cool.
As it does, it takes additional 15 points of
Cool.
bludgeoning damage. It is looking real rough.
Very cool.
And then coasts forward.
Gotta get one of
Essentially,
these
yeah.
things on the ship so we can check it out after.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good call.
And with that,
Eat it.
she's gonna go ahead and load the ballista again.
Would the
And she pulls herself free from being pinned and is really hurt and is not even gonna fuck with this, and just runs below deck.
Well done.
We got you.
would the big one on the what's the middle deck?
Quarterdeck.
Quarterdeck. Would it have shifted that way then,
I'd say
or would it be attached to the ship?
I'd say it's following. It's kind of moving. You know what? Sure, because you're asking it shifts this way. And that's about it.
Just wondering.
That's valid because it is flying. You're right. It's not like on the ship itself. I would like everybody to go ahead and make a strength saving throw.
Oh no.
Let's do
It's not a
this.
terribly high DC, but
Yeah, well, saving throw.
16.
Oh.
16. You hold on tight, no issue.
18.
All right, you're
Got
good.
these barrels.
10.
10. You hold on, keeping your stance as it moves, and you can just ride it along. Fern?
9.
9. You it slides slightly beneath you, and you just skid a bit further this way.
Okay.
But that's fine.
That's the good direction.
I was like,
10. You manage to just hold onto the edge and guide it over there.
19.
19. You kind of put your arm against the rail and just kind of use the momentum to hold you against it without issue. Ashton.
26.
I figured that'd be fine.
just miss it.
Alrighty. That finished their turn. That one ballista is loaded, and now it brings us to Laudna with Imogen on deck. Laudna, what you doing?
All right. I'm going to Ray of Frost. Both of them twin spell.
Okay.
Mark that off. Disadvantage.
Yep.
Each one.
So to which one here first?
Do I roll? I roll separately, right?
Correct.
For each one.
This one
Yeah,
first.
we'll do that one first. Yeah. 19 is the lowest.
Yeah, that hits. This one?
Miss.
Okay. But that one does get hit with your Ray of Frost. Go ahead and roll damage for that.
Not bad. 12 damage.
12 damage. Okay.
And they,
Come on.
their speed is reduced by 10 feet.
Got it. Okay.
You should take some cover.
That's probably a good idea. I'm going to take my movement and head kind of towards under deck.
Under deck? Okay.
You're in your head. Stay safe. All right.
Okay. So you go ahead
Kind
and
of yank one of the barbs out of my rib cage.
got it.
There you
That finishes
go.
your go, Laudna. Imogen, you're up with Orm on deck.
Okay, my eyes are gonna flash wide. I'm gonna throw my hands to each side and twin spell a witch bolt.
Let's go.
Okay.
Come on.
Level.
These twins.
Third level.
Love it.
All right. Go ahead and roll disadvantage. The range attacks
I know
on each of
that.
them.
I asked, how's that work
Adding your
with
spell type modifier. This one here.
it was because I think Witch Bolt is a like a
14 on one. That's-
14. It glances off of its aerodynamic wind barrier.
Oh, I miss on both of them.
Both of them arc off, and the energy itself kind of just dissipates in the sky to each side of you. They're hurt, but they're slippery motherfuckers, and they want to be. Good try, though.
All right. I can't think of anything to do with my bonus action.
Double birds.
Double
One of them can't see.
No, he's
but in my opinion, the best spell
Wait,
to
for my bonus action, fuck it. I'm going to. Oh wait, can I do this? No, I probably can't.
Very
'Cause I
nice,
just did a
Nightball.
spell.
But I think the best spell,
can't
first
do
level
it 'cause I
spell
just did
to
I want to run away because I don't want him to
to
get me.
twins
He's real
would
close to me
be
now.
Run away from this guy?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Guiding bolt.
run down the steps.
Down the steps. Where all of us are.
Right there, or you want to keep moving?
I'm gonna. Well, I was. No, is that the wrong
No,
way?
that's great. Do it.
I'm just gonna run away.
Over here?
Yeah.
Okay.
And jump off the ship.
I'm just gonna leap off and hope
Okay.
that the wind carries me.
You got it. Okay. That one had already taken its reaction
Oh, good.
previously against you, so. Or in somebody. You, that's what it was, yeah. So it does not get an attack opportunity against you. As you go running screaming
Oh, it's
along the
stuck,
deck, Orm, it's your go.
All right, I was about to go into protection mode, but she protected herself because she's awesome. So instead, I'm going to boom,
Yeah, things are going well.
to there.
Yeah, you got it.
And I don't know how to make it.
I can do that.
There you go.
Stay in the night.
Yeah.
And I will watch its tail whipping around and try to hack the end of it off. So I'm gonna chase that.
Yeah, go for it. So are you just doing damage, or are you actively trying to remove its tail?
Yeah, I'll actively try to remove its tail.
Okay, cool. So it gives it a minor AC bonus. Go for it.
Okay. That's balls, and I slash again. Also balls. Both miss.
Double ball.
2 balls?
2
6.
balls.
That's a 14 total, so it doesn't do it.
A good attempt, but oh no.
Full testes.
That's what happens when you get rolled double balls.
It's always double balls.
Okay, I'll mark that there.
Okay, cool.
All right, that finishes your go. It's now their turn.
Oh boy.
This one here is going to go ahead and
Slash.
fly up. Yep, you do an attack opportunity
I will
against
not
it.
try to take its tail off. I will just try to get it as it goes. That is 18 to hit.
18 just hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Goading attack.
Okay.
So it's got to roll. Beat that. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd you go, Goad? That is it's got to beat a 16.
16. Nope.
Okay.
Roll damage on that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh no, he fell again.
4 plus 5 is 9 plus the superiority
stronger.
die. 9. 16 total.
16 points of damage?
Yeah.
How do you want to do this?
Hey, we got one.
Well, I will just, in a panic, try to get it as it goes. And before I was trying to get the tail, but I'll just strike out and go and pin the tail. And as it pulls away, the tail just sort of like splits and slices along, and it splits in half as it trails away.
All right. Awesome. 2 halves of it just kind of slap onto the deck, leaving a bit of a nasty trail right in front of Gordy, who's like, oh God, I'm gonna have to clean that.
Third time's the try, and I'll yank it out of the deck and then spray the blood on the wood.
Hell yeah.
That's it. Nailed it.
It's like, okay. The other one is going to float upward, see this happening as you carve the other, and then it's going to rush towards you as you like flick the blade.
Sorry.
It does have Bane on it still. Right, because you cast Bane, but you took damage. Roll a concentration check for me, technically, which I forgot to do earlier.
Plus my constitution, right?
Correct. Constitution saving throw.
10 total.
10 total. You took
I didn't take over.
I can't remember the number, and that's on me for not remembering. 10 usually is
damage
enough.
by half, though, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then.
You didn't take 20.
You didn't
I
take
didn't take
20,
that.
so you're fine. You maintain so it maintains that there.
I
That's
remember my winces. And
with a -4, that is still a 19.
Hits.
Okay.
That's my armor class.
Oh shit! It just hits you. Okay. So it does do its swooping charge as part of that.
Time's the trouble.
Essentially. So. Oof. Okay. Plus.
That was with Bane?
It was with
Just
Bane.
barely.
Dang.
I know.
Love it.
Oh.
Okay.
Like a side cell.
Raised in the sky.
You take 29 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
From the additional swooping damage that it did.
Quite a bit. Yeah.
And I need you to make a strength saving throw for me, please.
Yes, sir.
Wait, what? How many points did he?
9.
9. You get pushed 20 feet.
Which way?
Away from it.
Oh no!
Featherfall.
Wait, are you?
Hold on.
There?
Yeah, I'm right there.
Oh, thank God.
You ran inside and do not have visual.
No, I'm right there. I'm right there. From my perspective, I'm not fully under the thing, and I would be able to see him.
It's actually like right on the cusp.
That
I
is
can see
actually-
I'm standing in the door, still looking out, even though I'm facing him.
But if he goes over the rail.
Roll a perception check for me.
Oh, I see.
Good away.
'Cause this is.
No.
I'm letting the dice decide on this one.
Natural 19.
Okay.
24 total.
24 total. As you get knocked off the side, what's the range on Featherfall, by the way? 60 feet. I think it's pretty decent range.
30 or 60.
God damn it. Stop.
This is not D&D Beyond's fault. This is her fingernail's fault.
Yeah, shut. Shh.
We've been saying this all day, all for like 3 days now.
Featherfall, right there. Range 60.
60 feet.
It's the terror
60
of
feet.
long nails. And
As
then
you glance off the side, you
That was hard.
barely, you don't even see the creature attacking. You just hear the and you see the very edge of Orum's arm, the impact, and just him go off the side.
Through my perception, I just instinctually throw it
Yeah,
out.
the corner of your eye, you go ahead. Yeah, and you did get your reaction back because you already took your turn
Yes, I
previously.
did.
So you immediately, after the impact, watch the edge of the ship begin to vanish, and that horrible sensation of like, is this it?
I'm done.
Creeps over. And then suddenly this kind of feeling of wind beneath you, and you're just kind of drifting.
There goes the boat.
The boat is definitely coasting around you at a rapid speed.
Sickening feeling.
Can I help you beyond this?
Just not hit the sails or no?
We'll get there.
We'll get there. Okay.
All right. So that is the impact. It still has some movement left. Let's see if it gets its spines back. It does not. It will then.
Yeah.
Down below.
I know.
How?
And I will say, because you're still poisoned by the previous tail, it wouldn't see Laudna. It would be seeing Ashton, so it would go after you.
Yeah.
Oof, that is going to be a 25 to hit.
Ooh. Really? No D4? Yeah, that hits.
Well, yeah, with the D4.
No, it doesn't matter. 25 to hit.
Okay.
Yeah, 25 no.
It rolled really high on that one. All right, so you take, as the tail whips into you, you take 11 points of piercing damage, reduced to 5 because you're raging.
Yep.
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Oh, that angle on the one. But no, that's a 25.
25. So you take only 5 points of poison damage, and you are not poisoned. As the blade of the tail, the barb sinks towards you, you grab it with one arm and force it to only pierce maybe an inch or two into your skin, and you feel the poison begin to try to inject itself into your body, and you just yank it out, and it kind of just trickles out. It doesn't actually take root into your body or bloodstream. So good on you. All right, that's gonna, and then it's gonna go ahead and attempt to fly up.
I'm gonna take an attack.
It attacked you from 10 feet away, so you do not have an attack opportunity against it.
Bullshit.
What? Bullshit.
So it's gonna go ahead and guide upward on right above the deck and attempt to stay out of melee. Okay. That finishes its go. It's a little tall for what I need.
Oh no, the little one next.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, you're right. That's much better. Less precarious.
Whoa.
Like that.
Why would that one even exist?
It's meant for small minis.
Oh, okay.
Like you guys. It was just available.
He's that high up. Not that high up.
Correct. All right. So let's say 10 feet up is what I'm saying right now. That finishes its go. Chetney, you're up with Ashton on deck.
Yeah, I'm coming. I'm back here. These fucking barrels behind the lobstone.
Have you done anything?
Not since I fell.
You shot a ballista.
Half your movement
Yeah.
to
Get up.
get up.
How? Just as I get up, enjoying this encounter. Can I tell just a roundabout? How high are we? Hundreds of feet or thousands of feet?
Not thousands of feet. You're maybe I'd say 300 to 400.
Oh shit!
How many keyfish high are we?
The ship rides low enough because the higher up it gets, the more turbulent the wind is, and so it has to kind of coast this kind of midsection of the valley.
Nice. I will use the rest of my 12.5 feet to come out to where the captain is.
You get there.
How's it going out here?
Oh, shit's crazy, but you guys really know what you're doing.
It's true. I'm just gonna keep an eye on you, okay?
think
Go
maybe
get him, team. Where's Orm?
Orm went over to the side.
Oh!
Yeah. I'm not gonna throw this chisel at 300 feet in the air. I know, but I don't have anything ranged other than plus.
You can dash if you want to just move elsewhere.
No, I'll stay here.
Okay, you got it.
I'll hold my action if
Something comes towards you. You got it. All right.
Manta Dick comes up.
Finishing your go. Ashton, you're up with Fern on deck.
20,000 keyfish over the sea.
Do I even think that I could, if I take a jumping attack, that I could hit this thing?
From where you're standing, no, but if you had enough leverage off a space, you could.
Enough leverage off
meaning
take a running dash.
Meaning if you were to get up onto the upper deck
I'm
and then
try
jump.
and spend my whole movement running around and just seeing if I can take a flying whack at this thing.
20, 25, 30.
I have 10 more.
You do, which you can go ahead and make a full jump towards it and get one attack off in the air.
That'll do.
For the sake of this, you go ahead and get the attack. So go ahead and make it. as you like run up the stairs and then full hammer in the air like slow-mo and swing downward. Go for it.
I took that reckless as fuck. That's 23.
Nice.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Come on.
Using the good shit. Here we
Baseball,
go.
come on.
Yeah, that's good. 14 points of damage.
How do you want to do
I am going to hop up and I'm just going to see that eye and I'm going to take a spin and I'm going to try and baseball that fucking thing out of its head.
Okay.
I want to see the eye fly.
As you yell, as you jump in the air and yell with it over, it kind of swoops around, gets its tail below like it's going to try and impale you in the middle of your leap. And you're just too quick at this point. The current effect of your translucent crystal brain causes you to almost like jump 10 feet further in an instant more than you would have, which means even if it had been prepared, all of a sudden you're right there in front of it, full on like Goku Dragon Ball Z fight style. And as you do, the hammer whack hits the sides of its face, and you watch as the kind of weird blubber lids that hold the orb in place tear, and it just goes jettisoned off the side of the ship as the body slumps and then slides across the base.
I'm gonna float right into a portal.
Is that the last one?
Yeah, this is the last one. The other one died on the deck too, so at least.
We did. Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to, as I'm falling, I'm going to fall right into a portal, and I'm going to teleport right next to that ballista up there and start getting ready to load some chain.
Okay, you watch Ashen in the middle of the air, leaping, slams, and is about to fall into the deck, and suddenly a portal gateway just opens up beneath Ashen. Ashen just vanishes beneath it, and then appears on the upper deck here.
He's an upper decker.
And I'm going to get ready to load some chain to try and deal with this shit.
Okay, you got it.
It's like a Misty step.
So we are technically out of battle, but we're not out of danger. Orem,
yes.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as you are currently like drifting back. The moment you're like, oh my god, I think I'm gonna be okay. What you don't notice is the sail coming up from behind you right as you glance over your shoulder.
But what are you asking me to do? To dodge getting creamed by the sail?
This is to dodge being hit by the edge of the sail as you're going by.
Fall off the stairs.
Just to not get hit and continue to descend?
Correct.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Or it's like a leaf on the road as a car
this is like a weird. This could be like a side air version of the guy in Titanic that hits the propeller.
Oh, God. I see it coming at me. Can I cast Gust to help this along and poof me out of the way 5 feet?
It was the kingfish approach.
Gust as a
Moves
cantrip.
the creature 5 feet.
Sure.
As the gem.
So how will that affect the DC, or will you just
it'll-
roll
it'll-
one die?
I'll say it'll affect the DC. It'll lower the DC for
Roll
the
one die. Oh, terrible. That is a 10.
That unfortunately, even with the benefit of Gust, you needed a 12. So
Can I try something?
you will be in just a
Okay,
second.
no, I haven't.
So the impact of that at the speed, you take 9 points of bludgeoning damage as you get hit by the sail and just kind of spinning head over Tea Kettle in the middle of the air as the whole ship just leaves you behind and you continue to
Run
descend.
to the side. Orem!
All of you rush off to the side, and the captain's like, "What? Am I supposed to?"
No!
Okay. Normally, this is just kind of a one and done thing when they fall overboard, but I'll go and make my way. And they start spinning the ship. Shifts heavily. I need everyone to make a strength saving throw to hold yourself in place from the immediate shift to the side.
Oh, I'm still raging.
A natural 20.
Nice.
6.
You slide and crash into the captain.
You're bad.
Oh no!
You're so bad.
I mean, I am.
But the captain is fine and kind of like, oh, come on!
I'm to help.
14.
14.
8.
8. Fern, you slide and like hit the edge and just hold yourself on there. You don't go overboard.
You're so slippery.
15.
15, you're fine.
I have no traction.
18.
Gordy, stop waxing the deck.
Rubber on those things.
Yeah, the whole thing kind of shifts around rapidly this way, and as it does, you all can see now the Orem just slowly rotating in the air and like just drifting out of space. Like,
Can I?
from your
my
standpoint,
eyes-
it's ragdoll.
My eyes just like flare white all of a sudden, and my hair starts to float up. And I don't even know what's happening, but I am floating up in the air.
You all watch Imogen just come.
What?
Dark eyes.
What?
Okay.
And I'm gonna fly
And get him.
What's your fly speed?
60 feet.
Oh,
You watch
shit!
Imogen just take off into the air, arcing, and over the side of the ship, this kind of crackling purple energy just emanating from the back of her hands and her feet, just kind of gliding her forward in like the slow cannonball-like motion. As you arc downward over the side, you see Orm's kind of flipping, and you're kind of dazed for the moment, but you're trying to grasp. You're floating slowly downward, but you're from the impact, you're also spinning over and over again. And as you're going, you're trying to like put your arms out to gain some sort of traction against the wind, and it's helping a little bit, but you're still kind of a little out of control. And as each time you rotate, you see this like spark of pink purple just get bigger and bigger until suddenly you reach out, and if this wasn't Featherfall, this would be a skill check, but because he's floating slow enough with Featherfall within this minute period, you manage to reach out and grab and prevent him from falling any further.
Hold on to me, I'm not strong.
Okay, me either.
Oh boy.
You take off back towards the ship, which is now fully rotated and stopped its forward momentum, and the rest of you watch as kind of briefly for a moment you have no visual on either of them. They just vanished. And then over the side.
Yeah! Magneto touchdown! Yeah! Fuck yeah!
She's starting to believe.
Yes. Wow.
You can fly?
Incredible.
How did you do that?
Since when? I don't know. I've never done that before. Are you all right?
He's totally dizzy and disoriented. I clasp your hand and I just sort of look for the dead thing, and
It's
I
dead.
drag you
It's
over to Loudna.
Oh.
And I take your hand. You should save my life. You should save my life.
You've done it for us many a time.
Almost.
Head of security.
Hold on. And he runs over to the side.
That's viable. That's viable.
Feeding the sandworms.
Wow.
Make some spice. That's how you make some spice.
Must flow.
Yeah, it's gotta flow.
The ship kind of rights itself and can rotate slowly back on course. And the captain, you can see, after reaching over and takes a large leather strap and like wraps it through the actual wheel to kind of keep it on course for a bit before stepping away and checking in. Everyone okay?
Holy shit!
Very okay.
Yeah.
Yes. That was absolutely ridiculous and incredible. I cannot believe that happened. Oh my, wow.
Do you not see those very often?
No! We like bring clothes and stuff, and occasionally when there's a fight, we shoot the things that the creatures are like. We kind of try and get away or outrace them, but that was crazy. Whoa!
We
Everybody alive except Blodna?
Whoa! Are you
I think so.
Blodna?
The crew seems okay.
I just
Who's hurt?
look in my
Tirana's hurt
back
as well.
Oh shit!
and count another barb.
Tirana!
Yeah.
Oh no. Are you okay? I'll go on a healer. I got you. I'll do cure wounds.
Okay. So go ahead and roll for damage.
Not personal. I save it for people I know and love it very much. Maybe we'll get there.
Mentally noted.
I rolled an 8, so 11 points.
Thank you, oh man. And as you reach out and touch, you can see like the wound with like the blood that's kind of running from it. The barb is like through her shoulder and poking an inch out to the side. And as you touch her, the barb kind of forces its way out of the wound before ting ting onto the ground. She's like, ah!
I'll take the bar.
Thank you so much.
And the barbs are like thick, right? They're not like hypodermic and thin. They're
No,
like
they're like
a pool stick.
Yeah, a pool cue is a good basic comparison, and about that long each.
Rough.
That's a bitch.
I agree. We should keep them though. This is great crafting material.
Oh, it's amazing.
I'll also stumble over and carve out a bit of its like blubbery wing. Ooh, fin.
Gross.
Denali kind of wanders up from off the deck and kind of walks up and sees you do this. Goes, probably make a good soup.
A good soup? What? This could be a fine hide.
Could also
Yeah,
be
but you
good
can use
jerky.
the inside for some good
underneath it, yeah.
We
There's
do have
plenty.
two.
There's plenty.
Yeah.
Napkins.
Oh, Orm, you look like shit.
The Orm's just on his back, staring at clouds. Go.
You need anything, buddy?
Just 8 hours.
Yeah, you should
Okay.
you should get
Okay.
get some rest.
Great.
Do you want to go back in? You want to go inside?
How'd you do that thing with the holes?
Yeah, what the what?
Oh, which
There's a lot going on this ship.
I don't know. I had a weird dream last night and was like, fuck it. And yeah, that was weird, but cool. All right.
What?
I'm gonna pick you up and start taking you into the bed. Yeah, it's okay. You did good. You flew. You flew. Come on.
You with the
That was really a non-answer.
Yeah,
what was that shadowy
little
thing?
stuff.
Yeah.
And
You could
Chetney,
fly.
Chetney was like magnetically attracted to all the barrels somehow.
Someone has to keep an eye on the man.
So magnets is his power.
Lodestone generator.
Okay.
You kept it safe.
Yeah.
I'd love to take some spines out of the.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
keep
bodies
it.
sting, right? It's not like decomposing or.
No more than any creature that's been recently killed or hunted. So yeah, you could like these bodies are ripe for whatever harvesting you wish to attempt.
Hey, we should get some vials of that stinger on the tail.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
and that
that
poison.
poison. Yeah, it's a good
For
idea.
Sure. Okay.
Get the stinger.
Does anyone here?
Mr. Rogue.
I'm medicine-y. Is that a thing?
Is anyone proficient with alchemical supplies or have some with them?
Can you be? I didn't even know you could be.
Yes, you
proficient.
can.
You can be.
I have alchemicals, but I'm not proficient.
I have to work with certain
Under proficiency,
epoxies.
just to double check. Because if I recall, Bloodhunters might.
Horses.
Under proficiency.
Grind them up real good.
We got several uses, right?
It's a good glue, though. It stains.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That was so cool.
That was so intense and scary.
Oh.
But we survived.
So what we can do is both of you can roll. You can make a medicine check, and you can make a chemical supply. I'll say go ahead and roll a d20, add your intelligence modifier, and add your proficiency modifier.
Okay.
Right?
Guidance myself.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Just pick in the corner. I'm getting you some fucking.
19 plus 5, 24.
Just a 10.
That's okay. With your
Sorry.
experience as a physician, unfortunately, the physiology of these
There's
creatures
reasons
is
that, like,
far
up to
beyond
now,
your
I've been just,
understanding.
like, on
You,
real
however,
short.
have hunted quite some strange creatures in your time, and as you watch
I
as
do
Chetney,
this
with
in
the
the-
same
I do
glimmer
this
in
in the
his eye
morning.
that you see when he pulls a piece of ripe, uncarved, well-treated wood from a pocket, pulls out a small set of portable alchemical supplies, and carefully, with incredible dexterity and intent, take one of the heavy barbed tails and kind of like find points at the base where the flesh kind of covers the bone, and squeezing it at the right places, you watch as that same poisonous kind of dark black oil liquid begins to pour from different like hidden porous sections of the barb, and you essentially you milk the tail spine for the toxin.
How many vials would you say? A vial of?
With that roll, I'd say 3 vials. Whoa! You rolled a 24 on that. That's pretty fucking solid.
Still poisoned?
Look out, fellow.
You were actually. It's a valid point.
Oh boy.
What does that
You do
mean?
take 5 points of poison damage.
Okay, okay.
Do you have a means of getting rid of the poison? And make a Constitution saving throw for me.
F.C.G.
Natural 20.
Okay, so no, it hits you once, and you thankfully your mechanical form seems to be less eager to retain toxins in your system, and as soon as that burst kind of hits your system, you just let it out. It no longer bothers you.
Just trickles down my
Yes.
Knew you would.
Sure.
This would be a basic poison vial, right?
Just mark Skirath poison vial. It's not in the system yet.
Okay, cool.
But you can mark that, and I can work that up for you.
Cool.
just kind of dribbles out.
Amazing. What about the eye? Should we like?
One of them got punted off the side.
It was pretty great.
Yeah, that
By
was.
our leader.
I'm just coming out of the door with a bottle of liquor I've had in my room and was about to put down for you. Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, leader. It's not all for you
The other
guys
one
share.
might have the eye.
This is the
Leader.
metric system.
The eye
Don't know
that's
what
in
that
the blubber
means.
fold?
Yeah, the blubber
The
fold.
blubber fold.
And so are these? Are they monstrous entities? Are they fiends? Fae?
Make an investigation check.
Five man.
But you haven't.
I do if it's fae fiend.
It is
or-
not Fae Fiend or that, so you just rolled
Yep, come on.
16.
16. You gather that this definitely doesn't fall within, any of your specialties, but this would sit in the monstrosity field of creature types.
Okay.
Of course.
It was a monster.
Huh?
It was a monster, but not a fae fiend or undead.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, look.
Wait.
Just in case you were curious.
No, I'm curious.
You can't domesticate it.
Good looking up.
Eyeball? Anybody care about the eyeball?
Yeah, we should try to cut it out.
We're gonna turn it into bocce ball deck out here on the ship.
Just gonna poke it.
I just kind of want to stick my hand in there.
Go on.
In the eyeball hole, in the blubber fold.
Jeez!
Just
Okay.
see.
The one that's missing the eye? Or you pull the eye free? What are you trying to do?
I want to just get my hand in the blubber fold and see what comes out. Maybe is that where the eye is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the one that
That's what
has
I'll do.
the eye. Yeah.
I found the TV remote.
I know it's not going to do it. That's not going to do anything. I'm not
No,
gonna
it's the one that has the eye or the one that does not?
The one that has the eye.
Okay. Are you attempting to remove the eye, or are you just reaching in to feel around?
I am.
I'm trying to figure out your intent.
You want to
with
just squeeze the
I just
eye?
want to give it a little
You
squeeze.
just want to squeeze it?
And
Okay.
if it comes, yes. I
Okay.
just want to see how
Okay.
squishy.
So you thrust your arm into the fold, and it hits the kind of squeaky, strangely solid wet surface of the eye orb, and then slips past it, and you're now kind of inside some sort of brain matter contained within a porous
That was a good
skull.
way.
What are you looking for?
A small person that's like.
Do I feel the eye? You squeeched
You can feel
past
the back of the eye, yeah.
Oh, I went past the eye.
You went past it, you over past it, you're now inside the brain.
It's like trying to burr the cow.
Okay, so I'll try to just cup from the back and try to pull the eye out.
Okay, go ahead and just roll a dexterity check for me. Roll a d20, add your dexterity modifier.
You can do it.
I believe in you.
Dexterity.
You guide yourself.
Out, there's 10 more hiding inside.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, guidance.
This is a good
I
reason
don't know
for
why I'm
guidance.
doing this.
This is a great reason for guidance.
Oh, natural 20.
Oh no fucking way.
So you reach behind, and there's a little you can feel two nerve tethers to the back, and you're kind of go stim, stim, and just use your little claw fingernails and just cut them, and then it's free to come out. What do you do?
Okay, so I'm gonna keep my hand in there. Oh no! Oh no! I'm just kidding.
And you withdraw it. It's about this big around.
Ooh, it's like a
and
grapefruit.
you look at it. Yeah, and in the light, as you see it, it is jet black, but it looks kind of like a massive boba because it has that kind of semi-translucent kind of liquid layer, fleshy layer on the outside, and on the inside there's a harder interior, but it's too dark and too opaque for you to see any details within. But
You should probably lick it.
I'm gonna give it. I was going to. I'm gonna give it a sniff.
give it a sniff.
Yeah.
It has an oddly. It has an oddly citrusy smell to it.
Oh, grapefruit.
Not like a super delicious way, but that kind of acidic you can't place.
Your tongue's gonna go
Yeah.
numb.
Yeah, kind of a house cleaner sense.
Ah, you did it!
I have to. I'm sorry.
No, it's fair.
No, you don't.
It tastes like it smells. When your tongue goes a little numb.
I mean, it's actually very good. I think this is going to be a very delicious stew. The rest of the body, if it tastes citrusy like this. What do we do? What do I do with this?
Put it in the hole.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Should we wrap it up in a
Wait. No?
I mean, it's gonna make the whole citrusy.
And kind
and
of
it's gonna
slimy.
it's gonna.
But
roll around.
do we need this?
Well,
We might.
You should try and see what's on the inside of it if you're going to pull the eyeball out of the creature.
Over.
Well, you have
Captain,
all
do you know of any use for this item?
I don't know. We usually just shoot them down and keep going. This is pretty crazy.
Is there a black market for these things?
Oh, probably.
I'm gonna cut it in half.
Oh!
The eye?
Yeah.
Okay. God, you're making me describe this shit.
Yeah, come on, mac and cheese.
Tell us
Let's
about
do
the
it.
consumer.
But there is definitely a gel-like substance that begins to spill from the wound, and the taut exterior of it wrinkles at the top as it begins to expel the interior layer.
Bag of goo.
It's just very much like an eyeball.
It's a water balloon that is now.
It's those little things. It's little dots you put in water and expand to 200.
Well, I'm gonna give it. We'll give it to.
It's like a grape that's been left out for a week.
We'll give it to Denalia because
You make some eyeballs. soup?
eyeballs are good in stew. Yeah.
I mean, that would make
Do you want
so
this?
much stew.
That's fucking gross.
I think it might poison all of us, but I'll try.
Can it be turned into an anesthetic?
I'm a cook.
Oh,
I'm a cook.
Anesthetic soup? I don't know. I'm grasping for eyeballs. Holy shit.
Wow, that was an aphrodisiac.
Well,
okay. This was. I'm sorry, but there was a lot of really amazing things that happened.
Yeah, that was quite a fight.
We did very well.
Yeah, I felt good. Yeah, I felt real good.
You had portals. You made shadows move. You fucking flew.
And what a view.
Me?
No, I mean just like we're. It's a nice background to have a fight in. It's true.
Oh, what a view!
Oh, and what a view!
That's what I
heard.
That's what we all did.
And what a view! And what a view, my liege! Sure enough, my lord.
When y'all flew from your continent,
100%.
did you find anything on the airship on the way over?
No, it was well.
Well, we did.
DM will tell.
I would say that on the journey over, from the ocean standpoint, there was occasional opportunities for other flying beasts of the ocean, predators, to harry the ship. But the ship was also well manned with a full crew and had enough onboard weaponry to essentially shoo off anything that got that
Shoo
idea.
now.
You know, for the large international treks like that, for that particular reason, there's a lot of money put into the trek. There's often a lot of important people that are like on the journey as well. So they make sure that they have a well-manned defense crew for those type of trips.
Right. So I'll relay that.
We fought a
We're
dragon.
the skeleton's crew.
You fought a dragon?
Wow.
It was intense.
Bullshit.
It's two very different stories.
Captain Sanders, I just want to let you know that it looks like those two ballista up front were well stocked and ready, but that motherfucker in the back was empty. So I feel like you need to blame Khalil because he's obviously asleep, and it was probably his fault.
Well, I appreciate you tattling on my own crew. I will ensure that he is thoroughly punished when he awakes.
Ooh, pirate punishment.
Oh, are you pirates?
I probably pull like thumbs off and stuff. Yeah, you heard them. They take, clothes around the seven
That's not
seas.
true at all. We start with the toes.
Make them walk the plank.
No, we don't have a plank. We make them walk the edge.
I could craft you an excellent plank.
Okay.
We could make like little steps out to the edge, and they have like little messages as it goes. Like it gets more and more
Very existential,
intimidating.
right?
Make them think about things before they don't have to think anymore.
That's right.
I like it.
It's
No, that's so weird. I just... not a pirate, you guys. Yet.
I'm gonna die.
All right, anyway. And goes ahead and like looks over to some of the deckhands. Pull the sails forward again. Nobody else get hit with them. We're moving on. The ship kind of picks up the wind once more, and the brimstone glows, and the pulse kind of gives that low hum behind it that begins to vibrate the ship ever so slightly, and it picks up once more and continues forward for the remainder of the day. So that'll close the day's events into night as we progress into an evening of rest. Unless anybody has anything else they want to do while on the ship, we can progress to the next day of travel. That would mark 2 days of the possibly 4 to 5 day travel journey.
I'm furiously whittling away.
Ask
Okay.
a question.
Yeah.
Why don't we just keep those ballistas just loaded?
Yeah.
Pointing outward and loaded. That way we don't waste time loading them if something...
That is exactly why. If we leave it out there too long, see, the thing is, that much tension for an extended period of time causes them to fall apart much sooner, which is very expensive. Plus, there's always a chance that if we turn very quickly and it's loaded and it spins on its mooring, it might, I don't know, shoot one of you. And we don't want that to happen.
All right, that makes good sense.
The next time we spot something in the clouds, half a mile away, first thing is load.
Yeah.
Preload.
Yeah.
But good looking out. They go ahead and like streak some of the sweat off of their bald head and kind of hold it up for a second. Winds are picking up. Maybe stay inside for the night.
I look up in the sky. What do the moons look like tonight? Storm's coming. Do I see anything on the horizon?
Just the winds are picking up. Don't know if it's storms
Oh, right.
coming.
Sorry.
Sorry, that was just me. I was just
But looking up, Cathay, at this point, you can see is just starting to just barely crest over the distant mountains, and Ruidus is moved a bit further from the previous night. Remember, Ruidus is a much slower rotation. Cathay does the continue rotation, while Ruidus is just a gradual. And they are like often a contrasting orbit where they do kind of cross over each other from time to time. But yeah, the wind does pick up a bit, and as you all kind of get into your rooms for the night, you do feel the jumps and shifts of turbulence as the evening wind continues to make it a rough night of sleep, but a doable night of sleep. So everyone does get a long rest. You can go ahead and mark that off.
Before we go to bed, I just want to go to Imogen and ask her, hey, Imogen, that flying thing was pretty crazy.
Yeah, what was that?
I don't know, but are you okay?
I mean, I think so. It felt like I could feel that electricity through my entire body. Anyway.
That's amazing. Well, no, I've been thinking, I've been working on something. Like, it's not creepy, but, I've been just sort of watching you while you sleep sometimes. And
sounds creepy.
Again, not creepy.
Yeah.
But I know that you're troubled by dreams and stuff. And so I just thought I'd like to try something when you're ready. Doesn't have to be tonight or anything, but like I was wondering if your friend Loudna over here. You trust her a lot, right?
Yeah.
I was wondering if there's a way that I could somehow facilitate. I don't know.
Do you want to go on a date with her? Is that what you're...
No, that hadn't crossed my mind. Why, did she say something?
I could ask.
No, I'm not interested in that. I just...
Which one?
You've told her about your dreams sometimes.
Oh, yeah, she knows all about it.
I think with the way I've delved into your mind, with consent, of course, and the way I can sort of hear and get into other people's minds, I might be able to bridge, I might be able to make a connection so that she can sort of experience your dream with you.
I've been trying to make that happen. I mean,
If that's something that would interest you.
Most definitely. It's a scary thing to... It's very lonely.
I know.
Yeah, I would love if Laudna could be there.
But I don't quite know how it works yet. I mean, like, I don't know when you're gonna have one of these dreams, so it's hard to... I could just try it every night till it happens, or I could just sort of watch you for a few hours after you fall asleep, and then if
Sounds so weird.
I know it does, but it's not creepy. If I keep saying that, it's not. But if I see you sort of, jerking or reacting badly in sleep, I could sort of rouse her and try to, I don't know.
What exactly is this process?
I don't know. I haven't done it yet, but I feel like there's a way if I maybe, touch you.
Okay, this is getting...
It's not creepy.
All right.
Laudna creeps up.
Pate. It's creepy.
Oi, I heard you talking about jerking and rousing and touching. Sounds pretty erotic.
It does. It does.
It's been a while since I've been this high, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
He thinks there might be a way to bring you into my dreams. Sorry, Pate.
Oh, that sounds very serious. I didn't know really we were talking about something.
Okay, yeah, well, now I understand what that...
Sort of funny.
I can't believe it's son of a bitch.
I mean...
Just think about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean... It seems weird to do it every night.
I don't know
But
quite
I
how
don't know
else
when.
to.
I never know when they're gonna come.
Yeah.
I was actually just looking at Rudis, and it's getting closer to being at its apex.
Yeah.
Does that coincide with your dreams?
After much deliberation, I realized that they tend to get worse when it's at its peak.
Oh, well then maybe in a few days or when it's at its peak we should try?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that would be smart.
Who knows? I guess we'll just watch the weather.
Yeah. Or the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing what you can see up here. You can see the edge of the world.
The room kind of shifts a bit heavily, and you all slide and impact the wall a minute.
Did you notice, Letters, how the edge of the world is slightly curved?
Well, yeah, because we can see it in a circle. I wonder how many days it would take to sail there.
You know how there's like water?
Yeah.
What do you think happens to the water?
What do you mean? At the edge?
Yeah.
Same thing that happens to the land.
Just what?
Just ends.
The water doesn't like fall off anywhere. It just.
It goes to the other side? The under?
Do you think it's a double-sided flatness?
Boy.
Do you think there's a whole other world on the opposite?
Gosh. We'd have to ask a real science person.
Yeah, maybe we should find one for you.
Wow, do you think there's people just on the other side? Like we're on top and they're on bottom?
Maybe.
Who's on top and who's on bottom now?
Yeah. But don't you think it's weird how no matter how far we go, the edge never gets closer?
It must be very far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We'll talk to a scientist. Yeah.
Okay. Good night. I'll watch you sleep.
All right. This sounds great. All right.
This sounds great.
All right.
Sam, could you keep your personal views
Okay.
Commitment to the bit.
You do all rest, sleep through the bumpy night.
I have one thing.
Oh, yes, please. What you got, Fern?
I am gonna go to Laudna's room
Mhm.
where she is sleeping. Watch. And I'm gonna look
Her eyes are a
around.
little open. It's weird.
Oh, God. Sure. That tracks.
I do a wave.
Mhm.
I'm gonna look for sashimi.
Okay.
Is she out?
I imagine I would like unhitch sashimi and just like
Spoon.
place her, yes, next to my head as I sleep.
So yeah, out in the open. Just
Okay, so I'm gonna grab sashimi, and I'm gonna, from my marsupial pouch, I'm gonna pull out a little wig that I've been making with the fur on my legs. It's just a tiny little wig.
Oh boy.
Place it on top of sashimi's head. And I'm gonna place her on the pillow.
repurpose Merkin over here. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Place her on the pillow and then put pate on top of her. And I'm gonna leave.
All right. Just for the sake of this, make a sleight of hand check. 'Cause there's quite a bit of movement here.
Please guide yourself.
I'd say you have advantage on this because
Okay.
you are asleep against your
Okay.
your passive perception. Yeah.
And are you guiding yourself?
Sure, I'll guide myself. That's pretty high though.
Aim for the top.
Oh wow. Okay. 26.
26. Nary a shift in her as you place things exactly how you want and step out.
Yeah, I'm gonna
unnoticed.
place them in a sexy position.
Okay.
So that they got busy last night.
Cool.
Okay. And then I'm gonna go.
Oh God.
Imagine you have a good death rattle. Every breath sounds like the last.
You know what?
Just a
I'm
spider
gonna go sleep
crawls
in
up.
the. I'm gonna sleep in the other room.
The night goes by without issue. You all rest soundly until eventually the morning comes here above the Hellcatch Valley. You come to with quite a display before you.
You randy fools. And you were role-playing sashimi. Oh my god. Better. What did you...
Come on.
They do have souls. I just walk out a changed woman. I've got new ideas.
Okay. The third day of your journey is before you. I need someone to roll a d20.
We're going clockwise at this point, so I think it's you, Ash.
Okay. Okay.
No pressure. It's like Toy Story.
Oh.
Come on, yellow done.
Ooh. Just a free.
Yeah.
A free. Just what it is.
Yeah.
It's a 6.
A 6. Okay. You're okay.
Hey. 5 is where it sucks.
So glancing out past the side of the ship as you continue into the deep parts of the valley, now from pretty much all perspectives, you see the Hellcatch surrounding you. And it is kind of like a fallen cauldron type valley in the center of the continent. At all sides, you see the broken mountain ranges that surround the outskirts of it. And you can see elements of the ground that just fall
forgot
away
why I
into these
just
deep
did it
ravines.
the next day.
As well as keeping an eye on the map, you see some of the sinkholes that were marked on there that are just these massive, almost like mile wide, half a mile to mile wide, like antlion type pits that vanish below, to some that are just open chasms that descend into darkness. And there are some that you pass that aren't on the map. Not knowing how old that map may be.
Should we mark them? Let's mark them.
I can mark them for you after the session. You also glance around and can see large birds in the distance that are kind of moving in groups.
22 minutes.
Too far to make out the details of what they are. But there is life throughout the valley, as desolate as it may look in places. You also can see across some of these ravines, there are apparent roads that have been marked or carved through the open, dusty plains and across the cracked, broken hills that dot much of the landscape below you. You can see heavy bridges that are built across some of these chasms, over these ravines that connect some of these paths. And you also see the telltale sign of monsoon flood grooves that give this like unique snaking trail, this awesome pattern that spreads across the valley in places, where it has this almost living, writhing appearance to it, just frozen in time, occasionally broken by odd, long streaks of movement, like someone had run a massive comb through it in certain places and turning. You catch vision off in the distance of like what looks to be a small cloud, a dust cloud that is emerging. And as it moves with your high perception...
Ground level or in the air?
Ground level.
Okay.
You can actually see it to be a cluster. Uncertain of how many it is, but a number of things are moving together and kicking up dust and leaving a trail behind.
20 minutes left.
Can I also ask, the birds you mentioned, like, can we tell massive birds or just birds?
Roll a perception check for me.
That's not it. Oh man, those are terrible rolls. Nope.
Hard to tell at this distance. You don't know much about the topography in the area, so you couldn't even make an educated guess if you wanted to, unfortunately. But beyond that, in the faint bit of turbulence, the winds not as bad as they were in the middle of the night as the temperature shift and at the elevation you were was. The day continues without much of an issue. As you bed down for the evening,
that's one like
to finish your third day of travel here.
Before we go to bed,
Yes.
I just pull Imogen aside. A quiet moment on the deck. You're doing all right.
Mm-hmm.
It's strange watching this landscape. We traveled not so long ago.
It took so long.
So long. God, like every 15 minutes is a day.
You remember how scary it was thinking those crawler gangs were gonna happen upon us?
Oh, yeah. Thought they would just like pop out of the cracks in the desert. Be like, ah! Maybe we'll actually see one this time.
Maybe.
You know, you've grown so much just in the past few months. It's astounding. But I also just want to make sure, you know, the pressure and just everything in this new group we've suddenly found ourselves running with. You know, you've seemed a little,
out of sorts.
Yes, I didn't want to say it, but...
Yeah.
And I don't want to question your empowerment.
I know.
Because if you're owning your truth... Yes! But also, you know, just want to make sure, you know.
God, in-game... Wait, is that true? In-game time has only been a month?
You just hear in your head, I've still got that crystal.
I respond in your head.
What's with Joey Wheeler eyes up over there?
Has the feeling of it changed?
It makes me feel safe. But I don't think that's healthy. I don't know. I don't know. I've thought about throwing it overboard, but I don't want to.
Laudna, you feel this kind of like... this kind of spike of sweat hit the back of your neck when she says that. Something unsettling about the prospect of it being thrown overboard. You don't understand it. You haven't really gotten a good look at it. But you're worried about her.
You know, I can understand this feeling. Quite a bit, actually.
Really?
A false sense of security and power from an ungodly source that doesn't you don't have the control. It does.
Has she been talking to you again?
She made quite the theatrical appearance in the Heartmoor. After I went down in that, glowworm.
Yeah.
It can be intoxicating. Borrowing from a power beyond you. Just be careful of the moments that you can no longer separate yourself from it.
That same bass kind of fills your body for a second. There's a nervous itch in your mind about that stone that she's carrying.
Does it feel familiar in any way?
No, not necessarily. Like I said, you haven't got a good look at it, but there's something about it, even just knowing it's near, is spiking a curiosity and a worry within you.
Like both, like morbid curiosity.
Maybe.
Intrigued and terrified at the same time.
Maybe.
think it's doing anything. I don't think it's doing anything. I don't know.
Do you feel like it might be providing more harm than good? What are the benefits?
I don't think it's doing either. I mean, it's just, it's kind of like a comfort, if that makes sense. But at the same time, I don't remember feeling so explosive or frustrated about things before. I don't know if it's coming from that. I just...
You have gotten quite a few, like, killer roasts on Chetney.
Well, the Chet deserves it sometimes.
That's why I haven't fought it.
I've never flown before. Do you think that came from it? Or do you think it's just something I have? I mean, before you came to town, I didn't even know I could...
Once again, it hits the back of your neck. You don't know what this is. You should probably take a look at it.
You know, it's truly hard to say, and I don't know, if I'm necessarily the best judge of this circumstance. It's something that I ask myself daily on what's me and my own natural ability and what's hers. Right. You know, do you mind if I just take a look at it? Maybe if I can just hold it, I can get a better sense of what you're feeling. It's hard to understand until what?
Is there anyone around?
I imagine this conversation, anybody's around is probably asleep or in their own. Although you all have individual rooms, unless you're choosing to.
I was going to ask.
I imagine
because
we were on...
if it's the same bedtime situation we've had in hotels, I was going to say that Orem is staring at an opposite wall, listening to all this. But if you guys want it to be private, it's private.
I would think
imagine
it would be
being on
private.
the deck.
Plus,
Deck.
yeah, I was
Oh,
thinking on the deck as well,
Okay.
actually. Plus, all of this in my brain was happening in our heads because...
Right, once established.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just keep it rolling.
So we're alone on the deck.
Sure.
Okay.
I take the pouch off my side.
Spindly fingers unfurl. It's all right.
Don't do anything with it, Laudna.
I would never do anything without your permission first. Just through the pouch, what does it feel like?
It feels like a fairly dense rock of some kind, just through the exterior of it. Cold to the touch.
Cold.
10 minutes.
I can tell through the.
I mean, the pouch itself is cold.
I just tip it out into my other hand.
Okay. It touches your palm. Ooh. That same low bass kind of kicks through you.
Please
It begins
don't.
to get warm.
Clearly not someone
And
that's not someone the same time zone as me.
Your vision begins to darken at the peripheries of your eyes. Your perspective on Imogen begins to fade, almost like you've been holding your breath, and the tunnel vision begins to kick in, and
feels like I'm going to pass out.
As you are focused entirely on this gem, unable to look away, like a slowly increasing heartbeat somewhere within you, and a voice creeps into your mind that goes, "Child, this is far too dangerous in your hands."
Is it Delilah?
It is. I'll handle this.
I grip it.
You do, and it feels almost searing in your hands. And as you do, you feel the warmth, the heat begin to travel through your arm.
Tell me what it is.
I think if it's Fae,
Tell me what it
if
is.
it's still in Fae nature,
I've taken care of it for you.
I think Fae and Undead are.
Move your arm, and you just
What?
feel the heat traveling through your
I was
arm.
supposed to say,
reach
Fae
out
and
to
Undead are
Imogen.
kind of like opposing
What are you
forces.
doing?
I can't.
What are you doing?
It's her.
The heat passes through your shoulder and into your chest.
She won't let me let go.
And now that cold becomes
I just
a warm heartbeat.
Grab her hand. Wait, what? It does what?
That cold bass sound becomes a warm heartbeat as the warmth hits your chest. And at that moment, your fingers pull open and the gem is cold and broken.
I'm so sorry.
No, 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 no,
What
no.
just happened? Imogen? I don't know what just happened.
What the shit?
You lied. No. No. I didn't do anything, Imogen. Have you felt a searing heat from it before? No. Imogen, I can fix it. I'll fix it. We'll fix it.
Yeah, we'll fix it. We'll fix it. I'm gonna go to bed. Laudna.
All right. I let her go, and I walk to the front of the ship, and I scream, "What did you do?"
No.
As you stare out into the dark expanse around you, the barely visible horizons of the Hellcatch and beyond, you feel once more that dull heartbeat, the warmth receding. Ooh. And the familiar voice of the woman who lives somewhere in your spirit says, "Don't worry. I've taken care of it. And thank you."
No!
And that's where we'll finish our episode tonight.
Oh, God.
Pick up from there next week.
Fish to the lure.
You want to destroy a white stone? Because this is how you destroy a white stone. Well done.
God.
Well done.
What did she just get? What did she just get?
It didn't bring
He
you
said
back to life.
touch it. I have so many goosebumps.
Damn you
This
two.
is far
I
too
didn't
dangerous.
mean to
I'll
take your
take
pretty
care of
crystal.
this.
Damn you two.
Fine. It's good.
Holy shit.
I have questions.
Bitches fucking with my
Yes.
friendships now. You do not fuck with my personal relationships.
But also, side note, it's really fun watching you guys. I love this game.
No joke.
You lied. I was like,
Yep. Yep. Oh.
that's fun.
But wait, before. Oh, God, so cool.
Hold it. I'll just hold it.
And the warmth.
I thought I was gonna
Okay.
find out.
I fucked around and I found out.
Yeah. We'll pick up from there next week. Before we finish up, I do have a couple quick announcements to make. More announcements like, thank you, Howard Andrews, at Mini Lead, L-E-E-D, for making this incredible airship.
Keeping this forever.
Yeah, this is the Silver Sun. I'm so happy with it. Also super excited. I've had the pleasure since before this campaign started to collaborate with a bunch of amazing writers and world builders to flesh out Marquette in many incredible ways, beginning with Mackenzie de Armas, who helped with Ank'Harel, with the Call Another Deep book, and that's expanded into Jasmine Bular, Justice Armin, all fantastic people that I continue to collaborate with and fleshing out the awesomeness of this place. But we're now going into the Hellcatch Valley, which is in particular a large collaboration I've been working on for a while with Bashir Gauss, which you can find at Bashir, Basheer Ghouse. His work is amazing. His previous work is amazing, and super excited to dive into the space that we built together. So go check out his stuff, all these amazing people's stuff, and we'll pick up from this chaos next week. Until then, thank you for coming along with this chaos. We love you very much, and is it Thursday yet? Good night.
Well, I thank you for watching. I'm not sure, but for sometimes it felt like almost like the stone was almost perhaps could have been reviving Laudna, like turning her into back to her original human state, not to her hollow. That's just my theory, though. But I gotta remember to comment this theory. But anyway, I thank you for joining me on this reaction. Interesting happening. The thing has twisted and this has been Free and Dementia, half ever YouTuber. I will return next to watch this again and see what the hell's happening. Until then, may thee have good fortune on the quest of life.